Morning, everybody.
Morning. I watched the rest of those reviews from that Red Letter Media guy on the Phantom Menace 7-part one.
Oh, right.
What we were talking about. It is so goddamn funny,
dude. I'm gonna watch the last 20 minutes of it because there's a couple of spoilers in it that I could see. So I did watch Attack of the Clones, which had a couple of cool moments, but by and large was awful. And Revenge of the Sith, which had some really cool parts in it.
Yeah.
I actually liked it, but Hayden Christensen absolutely stinks.
He's terrible.
He is a terrible actor. And for them to do that and to put that guy in that position because he's handsome, George Lucas is just a dummy.
He's overrated.
He really is a dummy.
George Lucas is overrated.
That is completely what the guy was doing when he was reviewing it. In hilarious fashion, though. It's so funny the way his voice is hilarious. And then the way he just cut himself off in the middle of a thought and then go to something else.
But he knows what he's talking about with
He knows
films.
exactly what he's talking about. That's just it. He comes off like this retard because he's hilarious. He's very funny. But you could tell he knows like storylines, how they're supposed to work, actors, the what the story's supposed to be about, and how that movie had no real character. No real story. And then I love the plot holes that he points out in a few of these movies where it's just, they obviously used one line to just make an excuse for an entire segment of the movie.
Why would he be making C3? He sounds like Uncle Paul.
I know.
Why would he make C3PO? And then he shows the other droids exactly that were the same in the house.
It's like you could just buy them. Yeah, there's some factories making them mass production.
That fucking guy.
He's really good.
Does he only do Phantom Menace?
No, because I was watching one last night for the 2009 Star Trek that came out, the new one, and he was comparing it to the old Star Trek and the Next Generation Star Trek, and that's fucking funny too, man.
So he's not a one-hit wonder.
No, he likes sci-fi. That's
did he
for
do
sure.
other movies like? Did he do Sith or?
Yeah, he's got them all.
Okay,
yeah.
I have to watch the other ones.
And he compares like the one with Mark Hamill, A New Hope, with some of the later movies, and he's like, and how like this scene really represented something. It was the opening scene to Star Wars, where he talks about how here it is. Here's something simple: rebel ship, empire ship, small, big. That kind of really gets the message across there. He goes, it's actually done so well that I don't think George Lucas had anything to do with this scene. He really pounds Lucas.
Because there's a giant Empire ship chasing a rebel ship. He goes, you know immediately what the dynamics
what the deal
are.
is. Right.
And he goes, it beats and then he talked about Phantom Menace, two boring girls, a boring captain docking a ship, and then the two fucking Jedi show up and have tea.
He used that tea scene in another thing with Star Trek, 2009 Star Trek. He was showing like action and saying like, it's an action movie, but they also do justice to the original series. He liked the last Star Trek that J.J. Abrams put out. I liked it too. Yeah. But this guy, he had some things that he shit on it about, but for the most part, he liked it. And then he goes, here's the action. He goes, as compared to, this. So there's action going on the screen. It's fucking cool. People are running. And then they just show the two fucking Jedi sitting drinking tea. It was quiet. Nothing going on. They're just sipping tea.
Phantom Menace is one of the worst films I've ever seen.
It is really bad.
I couldn't believe how bad that was.
Yeah, really fucking bad. But, what are you going
to do?
1999 now. So.
But I just wanted to
Jimmy's catching up a little bit.
Oh, it's great.
Made me angry.
Yeah, it does.
It
makes you like fuck. And people are angry because now it's just part of it. It's part of the whole thing. So, you can't leave it out.
You should just remake all the movies again.
Oh, I'm sure you will at some point.
Eventually, he'll have to die and enough already.
Would they remake Star Wars?
A reboot.
Of course they would.
A retelling of a reboot of a re.
Just keep
sequel,
redoing it.
They never redid E.T. or Jaws or Star Wars. What else haven't they redone? They haven't redone Godfather.
Do they really redo iconic movies? Have they done that? I mean,
not really.
Planet of the Apes, but
that's not like that's an actor's iconic movie.
Right, yeah.
What it was?
Movies that made like huge impacts as the movie, like Cuckoo's Nest. I mean, that would be insane to even try to remake that.
No, it's mostly comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly,
they're doing like Footloose, they're doing Dirty Dancing, and not that these are blockbusters, but like they were.
Not that these were blockbusters. Footloose was a blockbuster,
but not like
that was a massive movie. But I don't know why they had to remake that thing.
It's not like an actor's classic, I should say. Like it's not like an Oscar thing, like The Godfather.
Right,
it's not considered an untouchable.
Yeah, Raging Bull. Like you're gonna remake Raging Bull?
I'm sure they will.
Oh God,
with Matt Dillon or Matt Damon.
If they get to that stage, then the business is over, man.
Psycho they remade, and that's an iconic movie.
That's right. Good point.
But they kind of fucked the franchise with so many sequels, so that might have made it open for Yeah.
They didn't care though. They just wanted to bank some money.
Yeah.
They don't care if
King Kong,
if it's kept intact. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They don't care. Hitchcock would have been pissed off they were touching his movies.
Good evening. Hitchcock.
Stupid Hitchcock. Hey, Jets won last night. I know you're a huge football fan, Anthony, so...
Well, no, I
just want to acknowledge a big victory for the Jets when they needed it most.
I was paying attention because it was pretty important for the Jets, so I paid attention to...
you see Revis?
Who won that one? No, I didn't see. I just...
big 100-yard return there.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that
Interception return.
100-yard pickoff, huh? That's got to be exhausting. It's like, wow, hey, I got the ball. Fuck, that's a long run.
Got a lot of shit on. You got to run as fast as you can.
Oh, that's a long run down the other end.
Avoiding monsters.
Yes, there's monsters chasing
There's monsters all over the place.
I have to make sure some of our monsters can keep their monsters off me.
That's what football is all about, monsters. Well, you guys were talking about the Phantom Menace. I was quickly going through the sports section. And there's a fucking asshole in the paper today.
What?
You know that whole thing with Harbaugh?
Where's Jimmy going to be? Is that advertised?
No. Remember the paper.
Oh.
Remember the Schwartz and Harbaugh incident we were talking about yesterday, the rough handshake?
Yeah.
I guess the NFL hasn't really done anything. And you got this guy, Mark Cannizzaro. I guess he's one of these columnists, sports columnists.
Hey, yeah.
He goes, NFL should have disciplined Harbaugh and Schwartz for tiff. This guy writes about sports. He should understand this shit and stick up for the fact that was just one of those things that happened on the field after the game.
He wants both of them in trouble because they kind of got into it.
He says Commissioner Roger Goodell should have disciplined 49ers coach Jim Harbaugh and Lions coach Jim Schwartz right for their skirmish on Sunday.
Discipline.
No.
We need discipline.
No, you don't need discipline. Nah. These guys can handle a rough handshake and a slight push. Schwartz was gonna beat the shit out of him if he could get to him. They took care of the problem themselves on the field.
It was quite ridiculous, but who cares? It's over.
But you're a sports columnist. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know this shit should stay.
You pussy.
You don't need to discipline two grown men for a rough handshake.
Two men, not even a brawl, just a tiff out there. It's not like it's at a little league game, It's after a football game. Fuck.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Did you hear the Dan Weldon interview on the way home yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Him talking about crashing and surviving crashes and this crash and crashes. Holy shit, it was creepy to listen to.
I pretty much described the exact accident that killed him right to his face.
Really?
Yeah.
What part was that now?
Yeah, it was the one where it said, you ever see those cars, they just launch themselves in the air.
Oh, right. Yeah.
On fire. And he talked about a crash, too, where he was dodging debris, and another guy that was next to him hit a piece of debris. He said his car flew up in the air, turned over, and it slid down the track. And it's like, oh, right, that's how...
Pretty much that's how
you bought it. Whoa. Yeah, that was kind of fucked up to listen to. I think, because it wasn't that long ago. The guy was really cool, and he was fun. He was having fun with us and shit.
He had a hell of a year, huh?
Yeah, look at that picture. Oh, God, I'm right next to the dead
guy. He went from...
oh, Jesus.
He went from winning the Indy 500 to being dead within months. That's a hell of a year. I don't think anyone else had a crazier year than Mr.
No,
Weldon.
that's your ups and your supreme downs.
People are saying that Jim Norton ruined the photo with Dan Weldon with his Got Mule shirt.
Oh God!
You can just block that out.
I don't give a fuck. I think it's funny.
God mule.
That's what I'm wearing on my Lady Gaga shirt, my photo.
You know, I never really concentrate on that. I just look at the picture and go, "Oh, there we all are," and stuff. But then when you point out,
It is really obscene.
God mule.
It's supposed to be kind of a somber picture now that the guy's gone, and there's Jimmy with his Got Mule.
God mule.
I wish
This is
I
a great
that for
shirt,
Lady
by the way.
Gaga. I should have wore a nicer, because she looks so sexy in her
We're
picture.
gonna wear a tuxedo for the bitch or what?
Yeah.
Come on.
I guess Star Wars is coming out in 3D. You forgot to mention that.
The original?
I don't know. Is it?
How many
it has
times
to be
are they
the
going to
original.
fucking re-release and whore that?
Pass the
Put
boy.
so much shit on the screen. He's bitching about so much shit on
he's
the
right.
screen.
Every frame has 3,000 things happening.
Yeah. It's unnecessary.
Pasta boy.
Yeah, so they're coming out with Star Wars in 3D in 2012, and they're starting with your favorite movie, The Phantom Menace.
Oh, so they're doing it chronologically.
Yep, 1 through 6.
Oh my God! Really?
Oh, you dummies that go out and see that awful movie deserve to be ripped off.
And what are they going to do? Add in scenes where shit comes at you? More shit on the screen covering up the real action?
That 3D technology is terrific, though. I gotta tell you.
Oh, it's terrific.
We haven't had
That's
a good
terrific.
3D movie since Avatar, by the way. Keep that in mind. The rest of them, they just kind of threw them at us.
And 3D TVs are not the big hit, are they?
No,
No.
no.
It was too soon. We just
Yeah,
get used
yeah,
to flat
yeah.
screen.
That's it, Pasta boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 3D that'll be great. So he's gonna 3D them all. Like I said, probably adding more shit in.
Did he ever do another movie besides Star Wars?
Well,
shit?
I mean, Indiana Jones, he was part of.
yeah,
Spielberg,
that's right.
Spielberg directed that.
American
didn't he?
Graffiti.
But I mean,
American Graffiti.
what
is
was
a
he
big
for
one.
the Indiana Jones movies? Was he just a producer? Because those guys don't do shit.
Yeah, if you're just a producer, you suck.
Just name another movie where he actually did stuff.
Let's see.
What did he do for American Graffiti?
That it was his.
That
I think
he
he
did
wrote,
stuff.
directed.
If you look into the producer's role, they don't do stuff. They just put their name on stuff.
THX 1138.
What's that?
I don't know. It was like one of his college movies or something.
Oh, really?
Try to sit through it. I dare you. Try to sit through that load of shite.
What is it called?
THX 1138.
Why is it called that? That's
Because
just
it
annoying.
sounded very futuristic. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be in the future. You could see some like little pieces of Star Wars in there too, the look and shit like that. But for the most part, it blew monkey ass.
Really?
Yeah, 1138, whatever you want to call it.
So he never really got involved with another film after Star Wars.
No, he figured, why bother? I could just keep pumping this fucking shit out to everybody, and then the same film. Not even the thing. I'll just do the same one, put it in different format. Wasn't the last one like supposed to be amazing? Like the last DVD, but then now he put them all in one package, so you got to buy that one.
But he didn't put the original Star Wars.
No, it's that the one where he threw in all the CGI shit.
Yeah, people want just the original fucking pressing of Star Wars, and he refuses to put it in the packaging.
He's a dick.
I like
He's
how
just a dick.
I like how that guy called Jar Jar Binks the giant rabbit.
Yeah, cartoon
The
rabbit.
giant cartoon
Cartoon
rabbit.
rabbit.
Look, he just stepped in the poopy.
Fucking the fact that he added CGI stuff where he didn't need it just to make the scenes busier. I could see cleaning up certain things.
Bullshit. Yeah. Maybe cleaning up certain things, but no, they're riding into Mos Eisley, and they show this big fucking dinosaur-y thing walk in front of the shot. It's like as if a fucking grip walked in front, a big fat grip walked in front of the shot and just interrupted the action.
He's
It was
just
fine.
an absolute asshole.
Yeah, and the guy was saying that he obviously doesn't have anyone around him to tell him, look, pull back. What are you doing? You don't need to do this. Stop it. He's got a bunch of yes men around
Yeah,
him. I
and
think.
that's what you get.
Yeah.
Ugh, wants to see Phantom Menace in 3D. Create something else.
No.
No, it's too
I think if I
late.
just kept redoing Monster Rain. Like re-explaining it and calling it something else. Oh, it was called Creepy Snow. What? We know that.
Could you do that,
That'd
though?
rule.
Could you just do that,
man.
please?
No, it wouldn't catch anybody off guard.
Please. Let me say hi to Corey in New Jersey. Corey's got something for the show.
Hey, you guys forgot that after Star Wars, George Lucas did Howard the Duck.
Well, Howard the Duck.
Yeah, blockbuster.
Who was in Howard the Duck?
I don't remember.
That
I was
chick.
like 4 and it was shit.
The Duck. Leah Thompson. Leah
Thompson
right.
was in that.
Oh, wait. You mean Leah Thompson guest on the shit hour?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. He doesn't even try it anymore.
Remember that used to be a post show?
Yeah.
Now it's Sam's show.
It was great.
It
Yesterday,
went from a post show to Sam's show.
yesterday was very nostalgic. Sam actually just introed a clip of our show and played it.
No, I got excited because there was a little extra time left at the end.
Oh, right.
You weren't around
See,
for that.
I didn't hear that. I must have made it home by then.
He had an extra 10 minutes.
Oh, shit.
To reflect on the big death interview.
Oh, did you? Did you reflect?
Yes, he did.
Your own thoughts?
I took phone calls.
Took phone calls on it. A lot of serious racing fans called in.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I listened, Sam.
Thank you.
Hey, Family Feud had a dirty answer. These things are crazy when they happen.
Family Feud.
Who's the host of Family Feud these days?
I have no idea.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Yes, Radio
Oh,
Zone.
wow.
Do you like Steve
They went with
Harvey?
him.
No.
I cannot stand Steve Harvey, by
I'm
the
not
way.
a fan of Steve Harvey either
Yeah.
because he's black, and I
Well,
hate
that's-
black people.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
I mean, that's not even subtle. It's not like
Just trying to be friends with Anthony. I'm trying everything.
we
I
rock
don't think I've
isolated,
ever
guys.
said that. I don't think I've ever said that or implied that whatsoever. It's fine to be a jury.
I love Herman Cain, though,
Herman Cain's a pisser.
Well, that's Steve. Why did we mention Steve Harvey?
because he's the host of Family Feud.
Family Feud
Oh,
now.
God. Okay.
Oh,
And there was a dirty answer, so they had a little fun
Oh.
with the dirty answer.
oh, I love when that happens.
Megan, tell me something you put in your mouth but you don't swallow.
I got it. Shit.
Shit.
Wow, we were looking for cum. Shit.
Yeah, you know when they're writing those questions up,
course.
they're just looking for the gag.
Well, she didn't realize it was a gag, and I think she went for a dirty answer.
Oh.
Wait, can we go back with the thing? I was very good at this. My mother and I used to play Family
Sure.
Feuds.
Oh,
Sure, whoever
Family
you
Feuds.
are.
Megan, tell me something you put in your mouth but you don't swallow.
Tomato soup.
What? But you swallow that. I'm sorry. Let's go to the board. I wish I had my.
I don't feel like finding it.
I don't feel like finding it. I'm just. It's in here somewhere.
Want to try again?
Okay.
Megan, tell me something you put in your mouth but you don't swallow.
Smokey the Bear pictures.
Either.
It's not funny.
Wouldn't the number one answer be
Well, the
a toothbrush?
number one answer was gum.
Some people swallow.
Who the fuck watches Family Feud still?
I do. It's good.
Holy shit.
Everybody's fighting.
I like.
Is Richard Dawson still alive?
Oh, I think he is.
He is.
Yeah.
Megan, tell me something you put in your mouth but you don't swallow.
What is this whore going to
You
say?
ever walked up to somebody and saw the look on their face and you just know? I walked up to her and I went, whoa. I mean, man. You talk about the cat that ate the canary look.
That's the canary's the answer.
I love how Harvey has to work something that doesn't need any working on.
Yeah.
Just let the moment play out.
Yes.
You want to hear the answer?
Sure.
You better say sure.
I want you to think about this show and all the years it's aired. How many families have enjoyed this wonderful form of Christian entertainment? So find a way to give me your answer and keep it where we can all be working.
Motherfucking nut.
Well, I'm a pastor's wife, but I will say this out loud. They're sperm.
How did that not get a huge laugh?
Wow, after that setup, and then she goes with the dirty answer.
What a great answer, because she said sperm, not cum.
Right.
The dumb audience.
She wanted to say cum, but she said, well, because I'm this, I have to say it this way.
The dumb audience is so, like, fucking...
what a
they wouldn't
great
even
answer.
find that funny.
But you don't howl at that.
Oh, great.
I'm going to say sperm.
Sperm.
I think Harvey's going to be a little shocked by the answer.
Say this out loud. They're sperm.
Family's clapping. Yeah,
You know
sperm.
it's up
Yay.
there, Steve. Everyone knew it. It's up there.
It's up there.
going
No,
for
it's
the money.
not. It's not up there.
Money, so that makes it all right. It doesn't matter that I'm a pastor's wife. Ticket to hell is worth $20,000. You know, it's up there, Steve. No, I don't know a damn thing is up there. What you ain't gonna do is drag me into your little nasty world. I don't know nothing is up there. Oh, Steve, you know it's up there. How the hell I know it's up there?
Oh, he's
I
really...
don't like him.
He's really getting fucking...
Drag me into your dirty
Yeah.
world. Like, what are you talking about? Of course, everyone and their mother's thinking cum at this point.
It was nice to see Steve Harvey actually turn a little black there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a little, you know...
Well, those people
Yeah.
tend to do that.
He got a little
at times when
ghetto
they need
there.
Do you never saw him? He hosted the Apollo for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good stand-up. I mean,
Yeah, I just never liked him. He's obviously a very successful stand-up. I just never
Yeah, I'm not a big
dug
fan
his,
of the
his,
man there.
his jive.
I think he got religious, like...
Did he?
I think a little bit, like he started doing a radio show, and I think maybe he always had it, I just didn't notice.
That'll pull the funny out of anything.
But he was the host of Kings of Comedy, and I think he didn't want to come out to music. He used to go on Last or something, and he couldn't follow the other guys, but he wouldn't come out to music.
So just walk out?
As a comic, he's like, I don't want a big intro, I just want to...
Just get out there?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
All right. Well, they go to the board. You think Family Feud would allow cum on their board?
No.
Why not? Most people would probably answer that, right?
Yeah.
Enough to be on the board somewhere.
That's the gag fucking answer, and I don't think it's up there.
Now, yes.
That's bullshit.
Now,
That's bullshit.
Because everybody swallows it.
Yeah. It ain't up there yet. Now, it ain't up there yet.
what's he doing?
Hey, it ain't up there yet.
Stop it.
Yes, we can all still probably go to heaven. All right. Hey,
What?
hey,
Was this an outtake? Because I can't see that actually airing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a web clip, but it was on their website.
It
Yeah?
has to be an outtake.
I can't see
No,
that going out
that's-
to Middle America
Sure.
where they love fucking Family Feud.
They would love that. They
Yeah.
would love the fact that he's a little bit more religious.
Yeah.
He talks about God. And people. And Sam's on his morning show now. Click here, download today's morning inspiration. Your walk in faith.
All right, morning inspiration. What is that? Is that
That's his show. I mean,
boy?
I wish I.
Oh wow! You have to pay 99 cents per inspiration.
Oh well,
Well,
that's,
that's not nice.
inspirational.
People
Pretty
need
smart.
it. No, it's not smart. People need their inspirations, and now they have to fucking pay for them.
His-
Inspirations should be free
Add your
always.
Gym inspirations from now on.
Yes.
You owe me for gym inspirations. No more free gym inspirations. I'll be accepting donations.
You should do that.
Yeah.
If he's getting money, then you should be getting
That's
money.
right.
At least they'll get
Yes.
something out of your gym inspirations.
You can preview the inspiration for free.
If you don't hold sperm in your mouth, it might fall on your shoes.
Where's the music? It doesn't work without the music.
Sure, these are
I
words.
need
These are
music.
pearls, folks.
I'm inspired.
Gems.
What?
Let's hear one.
Do we got a sample?
Remix! Sorry. Look at him. He's avoiding monsters, Ant.
There he goes. Look at
100
him.
yards. Avoiding monsters.
That was only monsters for a few yards.
True.
All right, he got out and he's running backwards, looking at the guy's face.
And I didn't have to stay up for the entire game. That made me happy. We have the Ginspiration music. Now we could do this.
If you live in darkness, you won't have light on your face.
Oh.
If you live, I can't speak. I'm speaking in the tongue of babble to the Lord. If you don't speak clearly, you can't think creatively.
Wow.
I like that one.
These are free? I don't have to add to cart? I'm looking. How do you add an inspiration to cart? That fucking prick.
Check out, you shoot yourself.
What an asshole.
I don't think the Lord would appreciate that one, Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Steve.
The Lord.
To charge for inspirations is to pay for generations.
Oh, damn, that's a good one. The rhyming ones are the best.
How do you know it's a good one?
Yeah.
It
Because it
sounded
rhymed?
good.
Because it makes you
rhymed.
feel good in your heart.
All right.
And the tone of voice, I don't really even have to understand them.
It feels good in your tummy and it feels good in your head. If it tickles your tummy, it's going to soothe your ears.
Yeah. I agree, I think.
I agree. You want a chip inspiration?
A chip inspiration?
I keep my mind on my money, but it gets all money in my hair and stuff.
I get a refund on that one.
Can we hear a
I want to hear
preview?
one of Steve Harvey's inspirational previews.
Only a preview? How do you
Yeah.
pay for them?
Well, you got to pay for them.
You got to add to cart.
add to
Just
cart.
listen to him.
Items
So
and
what?
cards, 0.
He's only going to give you half the inspiration?
Probably.
The key to life is...
Shit.
Let's hear.
Danny, where's Danny? Sam,
Is the volume? Yeah, the volume's up.
how about you go to one with the green thing is highlighted before I smack you in the face?
He did, and then
That's
the
why
green
it's not
goes away.
highlighted.
All right, my apologies.
Try another one. Maybe that one's like...
Maybe it was a bad
If
inspiration.
you right, God is with you. If you are right, God is with you. See, but you can't be you can't be all over the board and expect good to come to you, because that do unto others as you would have them do unto you, that's a law. Don't let you be the reason you don't make it. Don't spend your time in the hate business. See, the hate business ain't gonna get you nowhere, man.
Really?
Nowhere.
I'm a fucking multimillionaire.
Hate everybody.
Right.
Going to learn the hate business.
Hate business with his father.
Remember, and your father's trucks brought the hate.
There's no business like hate business.
I hated that inspiration.
Let's hear another one, Sam.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's very important to have knowledge,
Really?
but knowledge is nothing unless it's shared.
This is exactly like
Because,
what Jim
I
was
mean,
doing.
what
Of
is it?
course.
What is it if you have the knowledge, if you have the know-how, and you don't share that information?
If I have the knowledge to kill my enemy, I don't want to share it. How about that? There's one example.
I think we need one place to go to get all types of inspirations.
Where?
I know, I sell them myself, Anthony.
Oh, yeah? What?
Ted's Inspirational Emporium. You can come and become inspired. Purchase your inspirations in advance.
Now, what would I get if I wanted to come in and just buy an average inspirational message?
That would cost you $375.
Jesus.
I'm inspired to not buy one.
That's very clever. But I can inspire due to the situation. Situational inspirations. If you have a situation, I'll inspire you through it for $375.
That's pretty steep there, Ted.
Yes, but steep is just the opposite of shallow. Pay up.
We didn't ask for one, though, Ted.
You most certainly did.
just
And you may
tricked
not
us.
ask, but you have received. Gregory, that's $375, please.
Get my checkbook.
It's a
You're tricking
shakedown.
us.
Yes.
It's tricking
It's
us.
not a shakedown, because it could be a shake up. Oh, the money's rolling in.
Shaking
That's
people
the
down.
worst businessman ever.
I'm not, if I just do 10 or 15 of the day, I can pay my gambling debt. I owe $3 million to Trump Casino.
For what? What's your
Slot machines,
slot
Gregory.
machines? Jesus, that's a lot of.
Yes, it certainly is.
That's a lot of handle pull.
Yes, my arm is very muscular.
The penny
You got a
slots.
Popeye arm, I see. Oh fuck!
Do the best you can, because second best won't do.
Pay up.
Yes, pay up. That's 4 inspirations I've owed for.
You'll get nothing and like it.
Yeah.
Oh, ha, 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 yeah.
We got some guests today on the show. We got a guy who I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
How do we say his name?
Adewale.
No, not Adewale or Mr. Echo from Lost.
Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje.
He's from
Did
England.
I get it?
What? Pretty much.
Probably close.
I did?
Yeah.
That's impossible. Adewale?
Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje.
Adewale
Who the fuck is this guy?
Akinnuoye-Agbaje. You know who he is.
He's Adebisi.
I never watched Lost.
Adebisi.
He had a big
watch
part in
Oz?
Lost, and he had a big part in Oz.
And I never watched Oz.
Yeah, he's a big
God.
Those two shows were very, very overrated.
Adewale Akinnuoye
Lost was great.
Agbaje or Agbaje.
And we got the T.I. coming in, man.
Yes, I started this book last night. It was actually good. I shouldn't say it was actually like I didn't, you know.
You were surprised it was good?
It's a novel, so I didn't know how good a non-typical.
It's a novel.
Yeah, it's not, if it was a biography, I'd read the whole thing.
He's like a real writer.
Yeah,
That's some real writing shit.
and
Not some of this fake shit a lot of these guys do.
yeah, no, this is like a real book.
Damn, what is the book about?
It's about teenagers, a brother and stepsister.
Yeah.
Who's it's kind of like a street. I guess their mother is killed, and they have to kind of make it on their own.
Damn.
And yeah, it starts off pretty heavy.
Good for T.I., man. I guess he had some time in the joint to write some shit down.
I wonder
the
if that's what he wrote. I actually
we'll
wonder-
have to ask him.
What was he in the joint for, by the way?
Some gun stuff.
What was-
Weapons charges?
Also was
First it was weapons charges, then it was
drugs.
Some misunderstandings.
Weapons, huh?
He had to go back and finish his parole violation.
Right.
11 months.
We met him where? D.C. was it?
Yeah, and here I met him.
Extremely intimidating. Holy shit.
thought so?
Fuck yeah, he walked off that bus and was like, you knew, don't fuck with this guy.
I was annoyed he wouldn't take a picture with me, but he did take one here.
Yeah.
He made up for it.
You guys want to do something a little different and do a little early Jocktober? Because we got guests out the asshole today.
Yes.
Whoa.
You want to do this or what?
I love a little Jocktober.
I've recuperated from the last Jocktober. I think I can move forward with a new
Yeah?
one. Yeah.
Do you know anyone on this Jocktober?
Well, the
that was
show's out of
awkward.
Rochester, so I'm a little nervous. I'm sure I know somebody.
Yeah.
Well, he kept asking me if I'd set him up on purpose.
People are convinced you did.
I wish I was that.
That's
I
smart.
wish I could take credit for
So
that.
do we. What?
Well, I do wish I was that smart. That would be a genius if I could do that.
The only interaction I had with my old buddy that I literally started radio with was he tweeted an old picture. Did you see the old picture? of me
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the-
You're sitting at the table.
with a dumb tie and a dumb
Yeah.
jean jacket on. And honestly, this is why our lives mean nothing in the end. I'm sitting with people that probably meant everything to me at that time. I was probably about 18 in that picture, maybe 19.
Yeah.
I don't know one person in that picture.
No.
And I'm sure at the time it was everything. I'm sure it was some kind of dinner because we were all in radio together or something.
Very important.
If there was a gun to my head, I couldn't name one of those people. And it's a picture from my life.
You
Yeah.
see the photo?
You didn't see this picture?
I know. I mean, I saw it, but I want to see it now. Danny would have had it up already.
Oh, boy.
Would he?
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah, before Opie even mentioned
I
it.
think
Yeah.
Jim's getting at something. I think something's going on. But so he tweeted that picture, and I just retweeted and wrote, "I feel like an asshole. I suck." That's the only interaction I've had with my old friends so far.
After the lambasting he got from the audience.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Surprise.
All right,
Yeah,
so
look at
there's me with a horrendous tie and a horrendous jean jacket, but I'm hoping it was the time.
Who's the chick? Your girl? You on a date?
No, because a lot of people are like, yeah, you know, you've upgraded since then. That's.
How about the one closest to me here?
I swear to you, I don't know those people.
Where are you?
None of
I don't even know.
How about
awful
Dusty?
place.
How about Dusty Rhodes here on the end? Are you dating her?
I want to write Jim Chandler just to ask him who are these people. I would assume they worked for the radio station. And who's the
You'd
lady?
probably say people that didn't shit on me after.
What an awful dinner! You're all macaroni and cheese on a fucking horrible tablecloth.
Yeah, where is this macaroni and cheese party taking place? Who are these people?
Why are you wearing a tie with
Why
a
am
jeans
I wearing
jacket?
a tie? Are we celebrating the end of a school year? Did something? I don't know. This is part of my life, and I don't even know what the picture.
Maybe the
about.
lady next to you recently opened a franchise of successful Shelley Long wigs. And you decided to hang out with her.
I vaguely remember the guy, but I don't know his name. I don't know if he worked at the radio station, but I kind of remember his face. The women, I don't remember their faces even.
Wow. How about, is that a postal hat? It looks like he's wearing a hat, a post office
Yeah, it was
employee.
probly him just being, it was probably.
He looks
something
kind of
that was
quirky,
happening.
and he's holding some salad dressing. Was that his thing, to always have salad dressing in his hand? He was like the salad dressing kid.
Always.
Here he comes again.
I think he was going to be like crazy and make believe he was putting salad dressing on his mac and cheese.
What are they all doing right now?
Do you realize back then if someone said email, you would have no idea what they were talking about?
Yeah.
I think at the
What?
time.
It's kind of weird that
Shemale? What?
you took these.
So they would say what?
Me too.
I'm not saying anything that we don't know at this point because we all have Facebook, but all these pictures that were taken were just kind of thrown in a closet or an attic or in the basement, thinking no one will ever see these pictures again. And now this picture pops up, and because of Jim Chandler tweeting and I tweeted, I don't know, 10, 20,000 people have now seen a picture that has been buried for decades.
And I love tell me, my sister loves to post those fuckers on Twitter.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Thanks, Dawn.
There's a nice picture of the woman's doling out some more. So far, nobody has touched their shitty macaroni.
No.
And it looks like she's doling out Opie's plate because Opie doesn't have a plate in front of him.
Get a heaping helping.
Yeah.
What else is on the table? Is there at least beer? I see there's soda.
Schweppes.
We're in college.
You probably all had fucking, little
Ginger
belly
ale?
aches, little Schweppes. I bet you were all singing the song, too. Canada Dry, ginger ale. It's not too sweet. That's probably what you guys would do. You get together and sing jingles. And this was jingle night. And you were singing.
But I'm part of this, and all I could tell you is I can't tell you anything. I
Don't know who
vaguely
it is.
remember that one guy, and that's it.
What's in that
I don't know
bowl?
why we're there. I don't know who these people are. I'm assuming they're from the radio station. The woman whose head's chopped off because she's serving me the mac and cheese. Who is that? Is it her house? Is it her apartment? Is it her dorm room? I don't know.
That is.
And where are the other 175 people that she made macaroni and cheese for? Jesus, is a fucking horse jumping into that? And what is what's
But
in
I have a
that fucking
tie on,
bowl?
so it's really an important thing that went down. And now, as we fast forward to the year 2011, I don't know what the important
Maybe you were
event
coming
was.
from something. You might have been coming or going. You might have been stopping off here. Like maybe you had something. Like maybe were you arrested for anything? Like for any allegations of something with perhaps a youngster, and then like you had to stop off and see your lawyer, but
There's
you
been
wanted to stop and have mac and cheese first.
A little mac and cheese.
There were a couple occasions where I had to hide in bushes on the way back up to the fraternity house, but no, officially never arrested. No.
Okay.
No, sir.
What is that silver bowl? What the fuck is that?
I don't
It
know.
looks like salad.
And how come there's a couple of red
salad.
cups and a yellow cup, and you and the fucking ugly ladies get Dixie cups? What the fuck is that?
Well,
about?
obviously,
yeah.
I mean, if we could CI this shit, because when I went to Geneseo, it was a massive drinking college, so that
Oh, it looks like a party there.
Yeah, fucking mad. You'd have to be drunk to fuck that one. Jesus.
but that should help us try to figure out what's going on here, because there's no way any type of event would ever occur without at least one beer on the table.
Now, is that someone's house?
So obviously we're somewhere where they're not allowing beer.
Really?
It's a fucking hoarder, obviously. Because look at all this shit in the back.
What's in the background? Anything of
No, just like a table,
importance?
too much stuff stacked on it, and then a fucking counter behind you, and fucking.
What's that other? There's the mac and cheese. What's in the other?
Salad.
That's what I'm wondering.
Salad, I
That
think.
salad?
Oh, salad
in a
bowl.
pot?
That would be why the dressing's there.
Yeah, and he's and this guy here.
I guess we didn't believe in protein back then. What the fuck?
Salad
No.
dressing, Pete.
Yeah, salad dressing Pete is going to dump some salad. But I think he's mimicking the masturbation thing to make Fatso laugh. That's what he's doing right now. He's looking at her. He's holding the salad thing. He's probably going, I'd stick it up your ass and in your mouth like this.
And she's chuckling.
Yeah, she's
She thinks it's hilarious, whatever he's doing with the salad dressing.
Yeah, I hate her.
Just before she shovels that whole plate of mac and cheese into that craw.
Yeah, she knocks the fucking. That's her. That's actually her bowl on the end, and she's gonna knock the salad on the floor because she hates it. It's
These
offensive.
girls suck too. There's not a hint that they're women. Look at them. There's no cleavage, no breast bumps to look at. Nothing.
That's that
going on.
earlier mid '80s fucking awful chick dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, where everything was just kind of pushed down.
I like that Opie's new thing is to trash people that he went to college with.
Yeah, apparently
these
these people
people.
too.
You're
Fuck
probably
these
really
people.
close.
I'll be honest. Most of the people I did college radio with fucking hated me because I was a little rogue, a little bit rogue, and they were trying
You
to
can
do
tell
the-
by that tie with the
Yeah,
denim
no
jacket.
shit.
I know. Geez, out of control there. Why would they let you in the house dressed like that?
I did say a little. I didn't say like I was fucking.
Oh,
Lennon or
great.
anything.
Nut is the nut is here. Forget it. It's gonna get wild.
Okay, put the booze away. Get the ginger ale out.
Yeah, he loses the tie. All right.
But these guys wanted to do very serious broadcasting and radio, and I was like, this
Yeah.
is nonsense. Let's fucking have some fun with this shit.
Yeesh.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, right on. Chris in Jersey says maybe I got a tattoo on my back.
Oh,
Little-
yeah, memento.
A little memento
There
reference.
you go.
Isn't
Yeah.
that weird, though? You look at an old picture, and I have no recollection. I don't know. I can't give you any info on this picture.
Like who's, what's, where's, nothing.
You had a nice
That's
smile.
a blackout.
I was happy to be there.
Jeez.
I wonder if it was. So you don't know who any of those people are?
The guy, I vaguely remember him. The more I look at the picture, I vaguely remember that maybe the girl right next to me might have been part of the radio station.
And whoever took the picture
I
was
don't
probably
know.
banging the one scooping out the fucking... Whoever took the picture might have been Jim Chandler.
It looks like Cub reporter Jimmy Olsen with that hat on.
He reports from NAMBLA meetings. Nobody knows what...
Firsthand.
See, now I got to write him just to find out what the picture's about, and then I'll if you care, I'll come back with the info.
Yeah, of course we want to know.
All right, you want to do some Jocktober?
I love Jock.
All right, let's go to Western New York, people. Hit it.
It's Jocktober.
This is awesome.
A celebration of craptastic radio from around this great nation of ours.
Great. Thank you.
So turn up this turntacular radio.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
It's
Yes.
Jocktober.
Sam, where are we going today? I see we're going to be doing a coffee club.
Yes, in Rochester.
Ah, coffee club in the
Yes.
morning. You could be part of a club if you listen.
Well, there's a few of these across the country.
I love it.
They like coffee clubs.
And we visited this one many times in the past for Jocktober.
And this proves the point that I said, I think, last week. After we're done with Jocktober, we don't even think about these people anymore.
Right.
Because I don't remember ever doing anything on these.
It's Terry,
on this
Steve,
show.
and Newman on the B Morning Coffee
Hello,
Club.
Newman.
Oh, not Newman. I know
Newman.
I know Newman.
No, you don't.
I swear to God.
No,
what are you doing to me?
You don't know
No,
Newman.
you don't.
I know Newman.
How do
Show
you
me a
know
picture.
Newman? Show him a picture of Newman.
Show me a picture.
No fucking way you know Newman.
I know Newman.
We can't do Jocktober.
Oh, it's the fat fucking pig.
Yes.
That looks like, we beat the shit out of this poor woman.
Newman.
She's a mess.
Is she Newman?
Nah,
Oh.
she's Terry, I think. You remember this broad. We had so many jokes last
yeah.
year.
And the year before, and the year before.
Remember Terry Clifford?
Dude.
Terry Clifford. Oh, fuck yeah, that face.
No, see, I don't know Newman. I know
No, Newman.
Houseman.
What?
I do.
You don't
You know that
Steve.
guy.
I know Steve Houseman. He's a good guy. He used to work with Weeze a little bit. I swear to
he?
God, I know Steve
Where is he?
Houseman.
Boston?
He's been all over the fucking joint.
But
But he was just cordial to me, so I don't give a fuck. So let's
whatever.
go.
Hey, come on. Bad
Let's-
radio's bad radio.
Let's get into the
Who's the chick over
the B
there?
Morning Coffee Club on WBEE in Rochester, New York.
Now, the thing about this
You know,
show...
do you remember Terry Clifford with the bad bangs?
Oh, yeah. She's horrid. She's got retard bangs. She's big and fat. She's got
So
that
fat.
walrus mouth where it looks like you could toss fish in there. She's an awful person.
The thing that makes their show unique is that they just don't do anything.
They just don't do anything.
They do...
But our listeners say that's what we do.
No. They do...
The listeners should start appreciating us. We actually do stuff.
Right. If you
There's
think
shows out there
we
really
do
doing
nothing,
nothing.
they
Right.
do nothing. Like, they talk about... Like, you know how Seinfeld, the idea was it's a show about nothing? Like,
But as they were
imagine
doing that, there were kind of things they were doing.
Right.
Imagine doing Seinfeld on the radio with no jokes.
Ah,
That's what they're doing?
perfect.
It's a
Is that
show
how they pitched
about
it?
nothing.
I like that promo shot they did. They took a high angle to try to trim down Terry.
Is she on a box in the back or something?
That's not a good photo.
No.
That's really not a good promotion.
But they put her in a whole bunch of whites. So she's just...
She has nice shoes, at least.
They're hoping the white just flashes her out of the picture.
Shoes. I feel sorry for those shoes. I mean, to bear the brunt.
All right, well, here we go.
Let's
Terry's
hear.
lotion, Anthony, is out of stock at Bath and
Ew.
Body Works.
And a lotion.
Perfect topic for a morning show.
I need a lot of it.
You think? She's just bringing out huge tubs of it from Bath and Body Works.
She has a thing on her thigh when they rub together.
Ugh.
They get all dark.
Now, what's this stuff that's gone?
Oh, God. Oh, those thighs. What is that, by the way? What
That
happens?
people end up getting weird discolorations. in
Does
their
it just
skin tones?
look?
They're
Does
just
it
dying
excite
slowly.
the melanin in there and
Listen.
the rubbing? Yes.
Please tell me she has cancer. What?
We just
no.
we just started. We haven't played one clip yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And I scroll down to look at more photos of WBEE.
Yeah.
And this is what I got.
Why would they have that on their Facebook?
Hulk.
I thought you said they didn't do nothing on their show, and that's a very popular photo.
Well, the caption says, "Wait, I did this for you," which was your quote, and it was posted by Ted Scheckler.
Oh, Ted Scheckler, big fan of the show.
So
Okay.
this is going to...
I'm a huge fan of the cluelessness of the Hulkster turning around the corner like, why are you people running away? I did this for you. All right, let's listen to them about the lotion and why she can't get her lotion or something.
Yeah.
Now, what's the stuff that's gone? It's your favorite. What is it?
Yeah, shame on you for not having it lead story.
Half a fez? Quarter fez? What are we looking at here?
Maybe an eighth of a fez.
And then they got to play the music in the background.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
man.
Always.
We play music in the background.
Yeah, but they can't get enough of just throwing shit in to try to make something out of nothing.
They're kind of like...
Oh, God.
I found an unflattering angle.
Oh, my God.
You don't want to look like that
Tubby's
on a
doing
show
radio.
where one of the people's names are Newman. Because everyone's going to go up to her and go, "Hello, Newman." And she's got to be like, "Oh, I'm not Newman." With her fat voice.
She does look like Newman with fucking lady hair.
Look at that stretched out elastic band on her pants.
That fucking outfit is atrocious.
Why would you go out in public like that, man?
It's horrible. Where are they broadcasting from?
Hopefully a morgue.
Oh.
It's like a food place.
Yeah, no shit. She probably, it's in her contract. She has to have food shoveled into her face.
God bless these guys that just continue doing radio.
Oh, one of these family restaurants. That
and it says BEE on the fucking...
WBEE.
Well, they got signage up, Jimmy. They had to put up signage.
Signage.
Why did you say signs?
Oh, it's signage.
Signage.
Because no one there to see them.
No
the
one.
The table closest to them is empty with sugar.
Yeah, look at that.
Scorch would be laughing at
Signage.
the amount of people there. There's thousands of people up.
Wow, these pictures, they should have zoomed in a little bit. Because they're showing that no one's at their stupid fucking appearance.
There's a lot of room there.
All right, here we go.
Now, what's the stuff that's gone? It's your favorite. What is it?
Yeah, shame on you for not having it lead story.
Wow.
Yeah, really. Give me a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, Bed Bath & Beyond has
No, Bath and Body Works.
Bath & Body Works has discontinued Terry's favorite cucumber melon scent, and she's left smelling.
Ew, that's what she fucking smells like?
Cucumber melon.
She even has shitty fragrances.
Except for her vagina, which she rubs onion soup on.
She is kind of shaped like a cassava. That big pig. Look at her. Oh, please. How did they discontinue it? If she's buying one coating on her body, it's got to be 20 bottles.
The whole shelf.
She'd have to have like those things that fucking de-ice an airplane.
Just spraying her down.
She's so fat she uses 20 bottles of lotion.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a shitty
huge.
fragrance. Probably because that's the only one they had in stock that they had
Enough of.
plenty of. Right.
Look at
What
that
is it?
pelican
Melon
neck.
and cucumber?
Cucumber melon.
Why wouldn't you go with a little vanilla or like a tropical type of thing or like a I don't know, a peach?
Rochester loves their women in cucumber melon.
That's probably what she thinks is a diet. That she's just using some kind of vegetation
eats
and
it.
fruits and vegetables on her body. Yeah, she couldn't find fucking sirloin steak lotion.
Yuck.
Scent, and she's left smelling citrusy. And we don't like it.
No, not at all. And I went in yesterday.
Yeah, why would you like a piece of fruit? Fat fuck.
She is a tubby one. I'm sure the listeners won't comment about that on
I wouldn't think so.
Anywhere.
God forbid you eat some fruits and vegetables. But it's a disease, right?
Yeah, it is.
Sure it is.
Be sympathetic. Oh, God, and she's a flatso, remember?
Oh, I do
We were
remember.
talking about that. She's a flatso.
What's a flatso
Well,
again?
if you're a big fat woman and you have big tits, at least you got big tits,
That's
right?
something nice.
But she's a big fat person with no tits. She's flat-chested, so we call it a flatso. And, playing off of fatso.
And flat-chested.
And flat-chested.
Fatty fat, 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 fat,
Yes.
fat. Fatty fat, 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 fat.
You guys are bullies.
She has a fat man's face.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
First of all,
And a haircut.
First of all, if you erase her hair, she absolutely looks like a dude.
Yeah.
Erase the hair in your mind, and that you would swear that's a dude.
That's
Second,
every guy at any appearance we've ever done.
did she actually take her glasses off for her promo shot,
She's got to show off her pretty eyes.
hoping that we wouldn't notice? that it didn't do
Yeah.
a lick of difference.
And she's wearing a burn victim wig. That's a horrible wig.
Her hair
She's had a year to grow in her
is
bangs.
A year.
awful.
We made fun of her on. I remember specifically. Patrice O'Neill was in studio. We'd made fun of this show on 57th Street.
Wow.
She's had years.
We
to
gave her
not
some
only
great
lose weight,
advice,
but at
and she-
least get a new haircut.
At least growing your stupid bangs.
That fucking perm is. There's nothing worse than a fat lady with a short perm.
short perm on a fat lady.
It's fucking terrible.
You don't like a tight perm on a
it's
broad?
Horrendous. What an awful look.
Who's she look like, man?
It's a guy. I can't figure it out though, but it's a fat
Cover
guy.
up her hair, because I'm
She
telling
looks
you,
like-
She looks like John Candy.
She looks like
I was
Hoyt
going to say
Axton.
candy. I'm doing this. Oh my God, do this with your fingers, and it's like really bad.
Yeah.
At least her
I was
sleeves
doing
are
that
sexy.
before.
That's a guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a dude. Holy shit!
Wow.
I almost had it.
She looks like
I think
Meatloaf.
She looks like Hillman.
Who? Who's he?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm serious. Who
She
is
looks
he?
like John Goodman and King Ralph.
Yeah.
There's something in that. Oh, wow.
Oh, and I went in yesterday and I'm looking all over for it, and I asked the woman, she goes, "Oh, it was discontinued in June." With this look on her face, and I just stood there stunned.
The
She
look
goes,
on
"Is
her
there
face,
something
by the
else I-"
way, is shouldn't you be swimming in the ocean? Why are you talking to me? There's a sea monster talking to me.
She was quite shocked.
That's
I
a
would
terrible
assume.
story, by the way.
Awful story.
We're not even sort of finished.
Not
with
over
it.
yet either.
Not by a landslide are we finished.
I gotta tell you, probably 20 things happened to me between yesterday's show and today, and most of them you'll never fucking hear about.
Why? Yeah. Why? You just
Why
don't bring
is she
them up.
bringing this to the radio show?
Yeah. Oh no!
What happened?
Oh, that's some of the pictures that are now
looking at
showing up.
Photos of WBEE. Let's do a little slideshow.
There's some girl jacking off and sucking the dick of two gentlemen at once.
Well, you
That's
have to if
wonderful.
you're part of-
That's just a
just
dick.
a black
coffee
penis.
club.
Big black cock. There, you might want that.
Corsac rider.
Yeah. A lot of wrestlers. on
Wrestlers
there.
always end up on these
Chris
faces.
Benoit, I think I saw.
Oh, Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. Oh,
Shit.
And just shit.
All right, let's,
Mark Henry more shit.
let's try to get.
Oh God!
What
Come
the
on.
fuck was that?
Who is that guy?
cake
Cake
farts. That's
Yeah.
me and
Oh,
Eric dressed
yeah.
as a tag team.
Yes. Well, great Photoshop.
Yeah,
They did
really
that.
well done.
It really
Like
is
a
a
soccer
Posted by
game.
AIDS and stuff.
All right, here we go. Let's get through the lotion break at least, or try. This is one of 7 tracks.
Oh, I can't
Yes.
wait. Good.
With this look on her face, and I just stood there stunned. She goes, "Is there something else I can get you?" I said, "You sell other things?" No.
Yeah, I thought that was
No.
wildly popular. Like, I thought a lot of women use that cucumber melon stuff.
It is. And she said to me, they stopped sending it in June. She said, I would think you would have known by now. I said, well, actually, no. Because every time I go, I take advantage of the buy 3, get 2 free, and 5 will last me 5 months.
Oh, I thought she was going to say 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Her S's are enraging, too.
Yeah.
You think it's a fat tongue?
But here's the worst part. Those two guys don't want to hear this shit. She's probably been
No.
trying to tell, like, hey, you think we can get to the
God.
lotion story today?
She's got it on the prep sheet.
For 7 months, they've been avoiding it. She keeps trying to segue into
Yeah.
lotion. And like, we got to do traffic.
It's a story from months ago, and she just keeps
Like,
nobody
finally in the
there.
morning.
Finally, I'm going to get to shine
Guys,
today.
it's a slow news
And
day.
every
Do you think we
morning,
can bring
every
up the
morning she looks
lotion?
through her Rochester Democrat and Chronicle.
Yeah.
I think I just went local, if I remember correctly, and goes,
Good.
"Oh, good, a slow news day. I can get to my lotion story."
How do you feign interest in that, though?
I don't
I went
know.
into the store and they didn't have it. How do you not go, who cares?
Yeah, what difference
It's
does
not
it make?
interesting.
Should order or something. Why
Terrible.
cares?
Exactly. Get something else, fatso.
Yeah.
Why can't you do that on radio?
Just say, all right, next topic. Just shut up.
It's boring. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
About your
Shut
lotion.
it. Cucumber melon, for God's
Yeah.
sake. It's not rare.
The last thing we
Lamb
want to do is think of you lathering up after a shower. Fucking hiring somebody with paint rollers to fucking do your back of your legs and ass cheeks.
Under the ash cheek.
Yeah, your
too.
big glutes.
I take advantage of the buy 3, get 2 free, and 5 will
She's got
last me
pizza, too.
5 months. So I wasn't here in June.
She takes advantage of a lot of buy 3.
Of course she
get
does.
2.
She wants a
yeah.
discount, a
Oh,
bargain.
Yeah.
You buy 3 oranges, get 2 cakes free.
She loves a good deal. Loves it. The guy prefers Terry's last lotion. She used to have another lotion.
It's fucking sulfuric acid.
Sam.
Well, she's wearing a new lotion today, and her co-hosts preferred the cucumber melon lotion.
Would it be funny if she said, "Why is that?" And they're like, "There's something about the odor of a sweat of a fat person and citrus, which is making us sick to our stomachs."
I know normally we go like one clip, one story, next thing, but this story could not be contained in just a single clip.
Oh, I understand.
No.
It's huge. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What? What do you?
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 lotion tracks.
Oh, good.
Well, how long is like each track more or less?
A minute or so.
And
why didn't they move on? This is all they talked about was their stupid lotion?
They spanned 40 minutes of
Can I
their
make
show.
it perfectly clear again? Because this is what makes Jocktober so great. I disagreed at first, but I'm all in now. I thought maybe we would get the best of some of these shows.
No.
But Sam goes and just gets one show.
Yes. That's it.
Which shows you how awful this really is.
It's the lotion special.
This is just one show within the last week, right?
Well, you know what it was when she was in the well. She would always have to apply it to her skin,
Yes.
and she got used to it because
Give me 12 suits out of her.
yeah, he was trying to fucking do the clone army and fucking. Well, let's see what fucking Frederica Bimmel says on the.
Sure.
Well, now that link that I sent you, is that the stuff you use?
That is it. So I'm going to. I'm not going to just order the 3 and get the 2 free. I think I'm going to order like 12 and get 6 free.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If they're never going to make it again, why not get 50 of them?
Oh, I just, and I bought. Oh, I bought sweet pumpkin.
Sweet.
Oh, listen to that.
Sweet. I bought sweet.
How about you swallow your fucking bacon before you do your radio break?
And it's resonating in that fatness of her neck.
Somebody on their Facebook left a comment in all caps that just says "cake and pies, cake and pies."
She loves saying the word sweet.
Oh, sweet pumpkin.
What a slob.
What do you think Ravi would say?
Ravi.
What would Ravi say?
Ravi told her to lose weight.
Ravi.
Absolutely. If they're never going to make it again, why not get 50 of them?
Oh, I bought sweet pumpkin and citrus white, which is what I'm wearing today.
I was going to say, what does she smell like
I'm not
today?
feeling it today. Go get a whiff of her.
You mind if I take a little?
Yeah, see what you
no,
think.
go ahead.
Go smell her seats if you get any balls.
You got to get up in there, too, to really get it.
She's delusional.
See, is that where you wear it?
All
because
over
I
the place.
sniffed there. I got a stronger reading up by the shoulder.
I put my nose right on her arm.
Yeah, you did. As a matter of fact, and you left a little something.
I did.
Wow, that's crazy. Why don't you just fucking smell her taint?
Yeah,
terrible.
go right
Get
in.
some real radio done.
Get right in there. Her fucking fat ass crack that you know she needs that stick thing to wipe with. Oh, God, no.
No, they're smelling arms.
Yeah,
all right,
and
we
her
mo-
shoulder area. They don't want to get close to that.
We move on from the lotion, hopefully?
Incorrect.
Oh, my God. And the guys really do sound completely disinterested.
Like,
in this.
where are we going to go with this?
Oh,
What's the
great.
material
So
here?
your lotion and your
Sweet pumpkin. Oh, I got sweet.
By the way, their Facebook now includes a photo of E-Rock with Paris Hilton.
Ah, I see that one. That's the dreamy bedroom eyes.
The thin E-Rock.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? How many years ago was that? 20?
Wow.
How many years ago was that, E-Rock?
5 years.
And how big is your head?
Holy shit.
Well, you know,
Next to that praying mantis head.
It doesn't look big anymore, though, if you know what I
can't
mean.
even tell which one's
Oh,
Paris
because of the
Hilton. They're
body?
both so
Yeah.
thin. Look at that.
I get it.
Yeah, you can. He's on the left.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Literal
She's
chip.
very proportionate now.
Here's
Here's
Fezzy popping up.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. How is the Fezzies across the globe coming along?
I mean, it's coming, but it's a slow process.
Well, let's get it done.
I'm trying.
I want that to be the conclusion of this Jocktober.
Okay.
We try to figure out how to get more. Yes, we're still talking about the lotion.
Yeah, the lotion.
There's got to be a manager, an employee of one of those stores that has access to some in a back room or something. We can pull some strings, get you some black market lotion or whatever it is.
It's the body spray that I like. I don't use a lot of the lotion. I use some shower gel, but I like the spray.
If you
shower
find
gel to
it,
get it through the
you
shower door.
Yeah, I use some lard on my hips and shower gel when boarding an aircraft. Whenever I'm boarding a boat or something, I use some shower gel to get me onto the boat. And I talk like a fat Ted Scheckler.
Fucking pig.
She's a monster.
They're not checking their Facebook page.
Oh,
why would they?
More photos of E-Rock.
We'll tell when they're checking when it's pulled.
Yeah, when it's just taken down.
Baby Hitler.
There's Eric and Jill Nicolini.
Wow.
Who's E-Rock in that one? Wow, he was svelte and cute.
Jesus, E-Rock, what happened to
E-Rock?
you?
What is
Exactly.
that?
I know I've aged, but what the fuck?
Yeah, you were so boyish and Amon Gertish.
Jesus.
He always had those sexy looks.
Yeah.
Spray.
If you find it, you contact me or Terry, and I'll scoop it up for you if I run across it, because I can't do it. I mean, Monday, try that pumpkin stuff if you don't mind.
Well, I will. And plus, I have new product on my hair. I'm all new today. It's
Really?
not good.
Product on our hair?
Should be shotgun pellets.
That is, it's the worst hair ever. Why the fuck would she even draw attention to anything on her?
It's a new product on her hair called IED. What a fucking horrendous do.
It should be fucking elephant manhood. Burlap sack head.
I need some lotion.
I like the sweet pumpkin.
I'm starting to think that people are just creating Facebook accounts for Jocktober. For instance,
well, they might be.
Nagel de Bagel.
Nagel de Bagel.
And he's posted a picture of
Wow.
what he claims is Terry enjoying a little breakfast.
It is a giant fat woman with an entire cake, and she is eating it.
Strawberry shortcake?
That looks pretty good.
I had banana cream pie the other night. Thumbs up or down for the banana cream pie, people.
I love that shit.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god, look, E-Rock couldn't get that thumb up fast enough.
There's some right across the street.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Red Eye Grill, brother.
Oh, we might have to.
But man, do you
get
have
some.
extremely soft duties the next day?
Of course.
Yeah.
You ever shit after like a shit like that? It's like where your intestines and asshole just keep pumping.
Yeah.
You almost feel like your asshole's flexing its muscle.
Then you have to go right into the shower. You don't feel like dealing with a half a roll of toilet paper at that point.
I had amazing pie the other night. I had fucking pumpkin pie at the fucking porterhouse.
Sweet pumpkin pie.
I had some sweet pumpkin pie. Oh, was it good?
E-Rock
Yeah.
just told me there's a Magnolia's across the street.
Ah, Magnolia.
Banana.
Where?
What is it? Banana bread pudding, whatever is it called?
I don't like bread pudding.
Dude.
Fuck that shit. Get me a cake.
No, man.
it's
No.
really good.
It could be the greatest thing on earth.
Bread pudding's yuck.
It's crust, not real. Like
It's
the bread stuff in
ridiculously
it.
good.
bread.
You want some?
On cake.
I've been going to the gym.
Jimmy, treat yourself.
You know what? You're right. I haven't been doing that for years on end.
Don't get a big tub, though. Can you get a couple sample little things so we could have a little...
Yeah, what
little
time is
something,
this place
something?
open?
I'll find out.
They should be open for breakfast. They're trying to do breakfast now.
Magnolia?
Yeah, where you have a cupcake and a
Where's
cup of
Magnolia's?
coffee. Across the street.
Who's that?
On 6th
That
Avenue.
is what claims to be a high school photo of Bill Tetley.
Oh, wow. That's how Bill Tetley looks.
Wow, Bill Tetley.
That is a great
All
mullet.
right. Here's the end of the third track.
And you have new product on my hair. I'm all new today. It's
Really?
not good.
You sound
really
a lot
not.
better, too.
And, of course, the Big Out. That's the Big
No,
Out.
that's the sound her shoes make when she steps into them.
Did you hear a fat woman laugh?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, like listen to it. It's you
Out
just
of breath?
hear, yeah, you hear the wheezing
You have
of
new
the
product on my
liquid
hair.
in
I'm
the
all new
lungs.
today. It's
Really?
not good.
You sound
really
a lot
not.
better, too. Yeah.
The B Morning Coffee
Clean
Club.
pneumonia lungs that she's got from being bedridden.
Somebody posted a picture of Terry holding a gnome, a lawn gnome. And the caption says, "I don't gnome a hackier pig than Terry." That's not kind.
That's
No,
just
it's
mean.
not.
She looks like you're like a high school advisor or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what is she doing on the
She
radio?
is awful.
I'm annoyed.
Awful.
Magnolia's is
Mr.
open.
Brady hairdo.
You want,
And hopefully blood.
you want some flourless chocolate cake, too, while we're at it?
No, I don't like the flourless cake. It's too thick. You can pick a cupcake.
How about a red velvet cupcake?
Oh,
no.
I
want some bread pudding.
All right, let's do the banana
bread pudding.
All right, finally moving on. We're looking at the B Morning Coffee Club on WBEE in Rochester, New York for Jocktober. And moving on from the lotion, finally, I see.
Right. I mean, that sweeper hit, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's got to be. So what does the next track say?
Well, I'm assuming they're moving on to a new topic now, Sam.
I mean, I'm not.
The show comes back from break. The show comes back from break to talk about the lotion.
No fucking way are they spending another second on
Why do
this.
these assholes make it so easy for us to goof on them?
I don't know. It's just one show.
What? And did you edit this? Because this is 4 to 5 minutes of them talking about lotion.
It's cut down a lot.
Good morning, WBEE.
Hey, Terry, I just want to make a comment on your scent there from Bath & Body Works being discontinued.
Yeah.
They've actually discontinued it before and brought it back. So there might be a chance that it'll come back.
Oh.
It's discontinued.
But then this woman informed her that they had brought it back in the past. Oh, Jesus.
Looks like you, man.
That is.
Shout out to Terry, and it's a massive fat woman. Not Terry.
So there might be a chance that it'll come back.
Someone said to me on Facebook that they thought it was a spring and
Don't check your Facebook now.
Oh, by the way, yeah.
Please don't do it.
Don't look for any more accolades on your Facebook.
I hope no one's bugging them on Twitter about this, too, because you want the Twitter accounts to at least be used for work.
Yeah.
Someone just posted a picture of Earl.
For no reason.
Well, Earl's a photographer now. Watch out.
Facebook that they thought it was a spring and summer scent, and that once winter was over, it may be back again. I hope that's true.
I think they're right. Because they've also discontinued, like, the Plumeria scent before and brought it back.
Because I've never seen them. I've always missed the discontinuation
Holy
before.
mother
I've never
of
walked
fuck.
in there when it wasn't waiting for me.
I know what y'all mean. I felt the same way when they got rid of the McRib.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I was outraged.
Maybe they'll bring it back.
Maybe it's a business strategy. Maybe they're taking it off the shelves to create a panic with all you babes.
Clearly working, but I think that Facebook
Blue
friend
ox.
is right that it's spring and summer scent, and they'll
Babe,
bring
the
it
blue
back.
ox.
I hope so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, you too.
And then they fade out the phone call?
Yeah.
You can't fade out phone calls if they're live. That's
No,
weird.
it's impossible because how could it be on one fader?
She was trying to be cool when the guy mentioned McRib. You know she was fucking
Oh, she knows.
salivating.
Oh, God. Fucking.
Guy mentions McRib. She almost fucking had to leave the radio
Oh,
show.
yeah.
She wanted to yell, me too.
McRib.
Why would she call attention to anything as far as a beauty or grooming product?
Especially that much attention.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, I gave up on it at one. Like, there was more lotion talk than that.
Oh,
No,
God.
that's impossible.
I gave up on it.
All right, I think we're going to stop here for now, believe it or not.
I have to whiz into it.
Because we got a couple guests coming into the studio. We got the dude from Oz and Lost, Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje.
No, I think I want to say the G is going to be sounded Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje or Abe.
You know what? I'm not even
just
going
know
to
his
attempt
first
to say his name in front of him.
Just
I'll
practice
ask
his
him.
first name.
Yeah, because that's a rough one. How do you go to Hollywood with a name like that?
He's also in the Thing
right.
prequel thing that's out there, yeah.
I am Rock Quarry. Right?
Yes.
So why doesn't he have one of those names?
Rock Quarry. I'll just call myself Gus Schultz.
Yeah, there you go. You need a Hollywood name.
Yeah.
But what do I know? This fucking guy's had a hell of a career.
Yes.
And then we got T.I. coming in. At Tip on Twitter is coming in today.
Oh, yeah?
And then we're going to go back to Jocktober with the B Morning Coffee Club on WBEE in Rochester, New York.
Oh, wait, but if
not
you do
forget
that, people will be attacking their Facebook all day long.
Nah, you don't want that.
Oh, wow.
we didn't
that
say
would be
to
a
attack
shame.
the Facebook page.
No.
It was
This is a
attacked
new
before.
phenomenon that happened. We have nothing to do with it.
Before we played the clip, it was attacked. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Dumb bitch did wrong math. Now they're attacking her math on top of her fatness. Matt, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
That dumb bitch said she was going to order 12 bottles and get 6 free. But she's talking all fucking morning about buying 3 bottles, get 2 free. Do the math, it's 12 and 8. I bet you the bitch won't miss a chicken nugget if she buys a 20-pack.
Oh, that's true, man. Yeah, that would be 12 and 8. You're right. We didn't pick up on that. So not only is she fat, she's stupid.
Stupid.
Intern David is on their Facebook.
Well, he has to be.
Oh, there he is, yeah.
Where's he running away from today?
I don't know, but he won't like that he's appearing here.
Yeah.
He wants to go into obscurity.
All right, we'll break and we'll get some guests on the air that are going to be terrific, and then we'll go back to that. We're going to get back to the B Morning Coffee Club on WBEE in Rochester. You know who she looks like, right?
Oh,
Chris Farley. A lot of people saying Chris Farley, good. But you got to go character. Chris Farley's lunch lady.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. That's what that pig looks like.
Oh.
I asked Jimmy in the hall, do you ever feel guilty you're bad? And he goes, no. And I go, yeah, yeah.
No.
It really was a great moment.
Enough for this.
Me neither. I said to him, like, nah. Because I don't know this fucking person.
Cares?
Why is she talking about stupid shit? She deserves it.
Drop a ton, you mess.
Where's our guest? Is he coming down the hall?
Yeah. I wonder if there's a problem in the security. Sucks here.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let William Shatner up, Martin Sheen.
Really?
You fucking assholes. Do you really not recognize these guys?
Well, they have a little power.
Shatner's going to end his career by pulling a fucking a bomb vest ripcord there and just blow up the building. Really?
Well, you give those people some power, and guess what? They take advantage of it.
Yes, they do.
Huh?
Those people.
Those people, yeah.
I think, let me see if we can confirm this. They closed the page.
Really?
Is their Facebook page officially closed?
One guy was just reading Twitter as I was going to the bathroom, and he goes, not only did they remove my comment, Facebook gave me a content warning, and he just writes, why me? Because I think they just singled out this one guy. He goes, why me? It's fuck. You guys are fucking funny, man. Simple as that. I got some funny fucks out there.
Excuse me.
All right.
Adewale.
I don't know how to say his name. We're just kind of stalling until he gets here because he's coming.
Yeah, that's all right.
Adewale.
Adewale. How about subtract the ceiling? I should say that. The place will go crazy.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna.
So you was in Lost. Did you ever get found?
Oh, God.
Apple only sold 4 million iPhones? iPhone 4Ss? That's not that good.
That's the only people have you.
Huge.
What?
That's huge.
4 million?
Yeah.
In a week?
Weekend. That's not that
Just
great.
a weekend. That's hilarious.
I thought the number would be a little higher than that.
A lot of people have to get rid of their Blackberries.
Blackberry.
And they're waiting for
I can't wait till that company goes
5.
under. I hate that fucking company, man.
BlackBerry.
That's such a lead, too. It's happens in a lot of businesses. A lot of these companies get cocky, and they don't acknowledge what's coming up behind them.
They really are dumb.
Satellite radio did it to regular radio.
Yep.
We go back when we used to do commercials on our regular radio show for satellite radio, and we were the only ones yelling and screaming, like, what are you doing, you stupid idiots?
Yep. Yeah.
Don't take their advertising and make it a little easier for them to start competing.
If they want to give their money to us, that was their logic was. Hey, if they want to give their money to regular radio, that's their problem.
I had a screaming argument or whatever with Ken Stevens over that, and he's like, look, calm down, don't worry, when they become a player, then we'll stop taking their advertising.
But
that's logic is stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just guys want to make the quota, that's all it is.
I didn't know about satellite radio until we started talking about it on our show.
Yeah.
The fact they took those ads, they really are stupid.
Yeah.
But it shows you how greedy and dumb they are.
Yep.
To have taken the ads of someone who was really going to hurt and it really hurts their business.
And people knew at the time, it wasn't like Yada. Remember that dumb Yada shit?
Yada.
People knew satellite radio was going to be something.
Yeah.
That it had a real chance of surviving. It was it was going into cars already at that point. People knew. So why would you do that?
Just dummies. What's this guy's name? It's freaking me out.
I know it is.
Mr. Echo. Yeah, just call him Mr. Echo. That's good.
No, he doesn't. I don't. I've heard tell.
By the way, Travis mad at me.
I'm a big fan of hearing about like other shit he did. I don't know.
Can I throw some logic at Travis? I told Travis that Lost ended up being a shitty show because it's not on TV anymore. If it was a good show, it'd still be on TV.
I respectfully
disagree. Then he goes Seinfeld. I go, shitty show. It's not on TV
and
anymore.
That's sacrilege.
Why? If it was a
Because
good
it's
show,
great.
it would still be on TV.
Seinfeld's a great show.
And then what did you say, Mike and Molly?
Yeah.
What?
Good show.
All right.
Obviously, it's still on TV.
I think we have two different ways of looking
and that
at
Whitney
things.
show, I don't get it, but it's a good show. It's on TV.
Wow. Isolate that.
Lost and Seinfeld, in the end, were shitty shows.
MASH?
They couldn't. Shitty show.
Seinfeld's still on.
That's true. Seinfeld is still on.
Many reruns. Yes.
But are they making new episodes?
Well, they're new to someone.
Yes.
Are they making new episodes?
They did on Curb. Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, that was last year.
Well,
shitty show.
They might again.
Follow
Curb
the
is
logic.
still on. Who
Follow the
knows?
logic. Shitty show. Where is this guy?
He's on his way up. Roland says that there were a lot of fans downstairs.
Oh, really? He's one of those guests?
Really? A lot of fans down there?
Well, I think when people know that somebody's coming, you'll get people downstairs that are waiting to get autographs.
Are they Lost
Oh,
fans?
that's interesting. So when other people have guests that are waiting to come up on the show, they let them stop for autographs and stuff? Or
Well, I think it's probably
usher
up to
them
the
up
performer.
private
yeah, it's probably up
elevator.
to the performer.
Yeah,
No, everybody comes up through the same elevators.
Interesting.
They do, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because everybody's got to go through security. I mean, you just said Shetwell.
Shatner going through security.
Oprah didn't go through
Dumb.
security?
No, they got the passes in advance.
And that
I
bitch,
think that's a very
that bitch could be hiding a lot
selective.
of shit, too, and they let her go right through?
In that Aposa.
That's right. That's right. Her network's doing well, though.
No, it's not.
What?
That fucking dumbass Rosie.
Eric Logan's going to be drinking by Christmas.
I don't think it's Elo's fault.
He's going to be losing his fucking mind by Christmas. That metrosexual is going to go back to the bottle.
What's the hold?
There's some stress over there, man.
All I know is that they were checking
Harpo.
in. You know, you got to check in downstairs, and you got to check in up here, and the guy's got to give you a stupid little sticker to put on your little thing. And
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
The good morning guy. Good morning. Tuesday morning. Good morning.
IndyCar tracks, are they too risky? The media just sucks.
There we go.
It's the first horrible accident in a very long time, so obviously they're not too fucking dangerous. It's a dangerous sport
Here
in
we
general.
go.
Oh, this guy, holy shit, I remember him.
All right.
Big fucking star, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, with the music.
What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Hanging.
Listen, I'm more awake than you now.
Early morning.
Yeah,
right? I know. How'd you spend your evening / morning?
Well, I was at the Angel Ball last night. You know, being very suave and sophisticated and supporting a very noble cause, the cancer. You know, it was a great evening.
What happened at it? What is it? A
Well, it's
concert?
an auction. They raised money for it. You know, so
No, what's the cause, though?
cancer
What
research.
kind? Just in general?
Yeah, I think it's general cancer research,
Right
and
on.
you raise money via auctions and donate it to research because there's a lot of people in the room who I'm sure many of us, you know, been affected, and I had a parent that died of cancer.
Yeah.
Plus, a good friend of mine, Naomi Campbell, was being awarded an award for all of her charity work with Fashion Relief. So it was two-pronged, really. Support that and support her. So it was a very, very nice evening.
When you're in places like that,
Sounds fun.
and you see like an actor or something you like, do you approach people that you actually like their work?
Oh yeah, I mean, like, you know, especially if you really like their work, there's no reason why you can't just go up and say, "Hey, listen, that was good." I've had actors, for instance, Ted Danson. I remember when we was on the red
Danson.
carpet at the Golden Globe. It's what makes you, you know, really endeared to an actor, actually, when they're humble and they come out and they say, "Hey, we really like." So, you know, it's like a community. You really feel like, okay, we're supporting the crowd.
What did Ted like that you had done? Was it one of your projects, or was it all of it?
He loved Lost, actually. He was referring to that, and he was saying how moved he had been when he watched those episodes, you know. And I told him as well, listen, you kept me going through Cheers and all. You know what I mean? I grew up watching you, and I mean that in the best respect, you know. So, you know, it was nice to salute each other.
There's two completely different shows.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he lost. Hey, cheers. Yeah, I like that too.
But they were both pioneering in their own time.
Yeah.
Really. You know what I mean? I mean, Cheers. It was quite revolutionary.
It was,
back
yeah,
then. It was
huge,
great,
huge
you
show.
know.
Did you ask to be taken off Lost because I read that your parents were ill and that you had asked to be taken off it, or is that just complete internet nonsense?
No, it's two things. One, there was always the agreement that I was only going to be on there for a year. And, we had an option for a year. And then, unfortunately, my parents did die, both of them, at the same time. So, and being the only son, I had to take care of the estate. And I just couldn't do it all.
Right.
So it really was also that it was a year, and just living in Hawaii, I was there for 9 months. And I mean, really, you're on that island. Now, I know to a lot of us sitting here, it's like, hey, what are you complaining about? It's not even a complaint.
A lot of the actors were saying that, though. It's like, all right, yeah, it's Hawaii. It sounds all great, but you're kind of isolated, huh?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like being a doctor as well. Even when you're not shooting, you're on call because you're weather cover. So you can't actually go off the island to Los Angeles or hang. You really are on the island. It's a very small island, beautiful island, but I'm a city boy. And I just, coupled with the family thing and that, and the year option, I'm just saying, you know what? I think I'll bring up my option and jump off.
Well, balls up for an actor to do that, because that's such a big show, and you think that's like one of the ones that you want to be associated with. That's really you have a lot of confidence in the fact that you're just going to keep working. Like you knew you'd get something else.
I mean, I always think that if you put 150% in your work, good work begets work. In fact, I mean that's how the Lost Job came about. It was the producers were huge fans of the work that I'd done on Oz in this city, New York. So they were So I feel like if you put your back into what you're doing, it'll pay off.
Yeah, the Oz, of course, was great out of BC.
Yeah.
You just. Whenever you were on screen during that show, you just knew, like, oh no, something bad's gonna happen to somebody. Nothing was worse than the happy birthday with the little cupcake. Was that bad?
I felt sorry for that kid. Even doing the scenes, I felt sorry for him. I was like,
and then he went on to do The Wire. That was was Bodie.
Oh, J.D. Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Great young actor, and he was quite young then. So, and I believe in his career. So I always felt bad for these, but I had to jump to.
It was so brutal because he's in the cell without a BC, and he's just like it's his birthday, I guess, and. He's got a little cupcake.
That's
with
nice.
A candle.
A cupcake. What's wrong with that?
But then it's like blow out the candle, happy birthday, and you just knew he was getting raped, and it was
They just left it all to the imagination.
Yeah, they left it to the imagination.
We knew what the birthday present.
We knew what the present was going to be. That was great. A lot of. Did you ever think that little hat would become so popular?
It's so funny because. I actually grew up, on the streets kind of, when I was a kid wearing it like that. The idea being, it really came from the old days of the Cagney, the tilt, and the further you could tilt it, the badder you were, So if you could hang it on the corner of your head and do a backflip, you were the man.
Yeah.
And so it came out of that. And I remember when we were doing the show, and this is the first scene. And I came out of the dressing room with the hat already on, and they told me categorically, absolutely no, you cannot wear. There's no hats in the show. That's what I was told because, this is a prison. We all wear uniforms, and that's that. And and it went right to the top, and I was just like, Christ, man, even in prison, people. I've seen them. They forge an identity out of those uniforms, don't they? And I was just like, wow. So we shot, and as they said, action, I just took it out of my pocket and stuck it on my head. and at the end of the take, we walked off to do another scene, and the director told me, like, damn, he put that hat on. We shot it, and we didn't have time to go back and to redo it. So the hat stayed, and it's funny because no matter how many scenes that were, these heinous scenes, of raping men, of injecting them with HIV, all the one thing
beatings,
people, talk about is like, how did you keep that hat on yourself?
Yeah, people always wonder how it stayed on.
But that's such a great actor's story. Like, I just did it. If I tried that, they would would actually just stop the scene and go, "We said take the hat off, please.
Yeah,
We're going to fire you."
Well, the thing about those days is you got 2 takes and that was it. And that was what was lovely about shooting TV. You know, you just like it's shoot it and run. And so there's no time for no tweaking or anything.
Right.
It always has to be in the post. So it's great, yeah.
Do you like doing TV or films better? I mean, which schedule do you dislike more?
You know what? I really don't discriminate, you know, as to the medium. It all depends on the story and my character, what I can do in it. But I will say this. I love both and for different reasons. I mean, I love film for the versatility. You know, every 3 months you can be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You do your character and you get out. And then like this year I've done 4 movies and, you know, every single one has been different. You know, with De Niro in Killer Elite, I'm British with the suit and tie, very sophisticated cat manipulator. You know, The Thing, he's all American. You know, pilot. You know, and then Best Laid Plans, I play a paraplegic with a 7-year-old mentality. And then with Stallone, I just finished with Stallone as the arch villain. And so you get to do all of that with movies, and that's what intrigues me. But the beauty of TV is that, number one, I love the schedule because it really is only 2 takes. You know, you just get in and you get out. There's no fuss, and you don't take a whole day or 2 shooting one scene. You just don't have the time because it has to be out by the end of the week.
Yeah.
And then you and the audience get to unfold the character because week after week you're seeing it. With movies, you got 2 hours, you're servicing maybe 10 or 12 characters, and you got to get it all in. With like you said, with Adewale, with Echo, you can put those layers and textures in, and people actually really get to know the characters. So they're both good for different reasons, but scheduling, I mean, I love TV for that.
Because you kind of, you know, you're done quickly.
Yeah, you just get in, and it's really a good tool for an actor because you have to be on your A game. You have to be awake. You just got to be on your toes. And the sort of TV I've done, which both Oz and Lost, you know, if you weren't, you'd be killed.
Right.
You know, and that was a very real possibility. I remember like the first scene, the first couple of scripts that we were doing, all the actors, like they would come out weekly, and you see us all in the prison sitting on the steps just reading these scripts to see if you were dead. You know what I mean? Everybody's frantically going through the pages to see if you made it, because it was really survival of the fittest at its best. If the character didn't pop, that was it, man. You were out.
Yeah, that was one of those shows where where you were never sure who was going to be dead. It could be a leading character, and a lot of times it was, and just you're gone, goodbye.
That's the great thing about those, right? The surprise.
It really is. Something.
I think sitcoms should do that more. How great would that be? You know, kill the wacky neighbor.
People we could knock off, right?
God, a nice long list of people that should be executed on television. Again, we never know if the Wikipedia bios are accurate. Are you a boxer or you're just a fan of it?
No. You know, I toyed around with it as a kid, but I'm more of a fan of it than you know. And I've used some of the techniques to train to get fit. But I wouldn't say I'm a boxer, man. I'm not taking no hits.
Okay, you never fought like that.
You know, I'll play Jack Johnson on Broadway on a movie. Oh yeah, I'll be a boxer for that. But
did you play him or you want to?
No. But that's definitely something I want to do. Yeah, it's just one of those characters that, you know, is as broad as Adewale. Do you know what I mean? He was the Adewale of his day.
Yeah,
he was just doing it, and I'm like to revive that. And I know they're doing that on Broadway. It'd be great.
Can you do musicals or no?
Yeah, I can do a musical.
You can sing?
Yeah.
You know, I was surprised that we had him in. Michael Potts, who was Brother Mouzone on The Wire, he's in a Book of Mormon. It's like, Jesus Christ, the last guy I would have expected to get belted out of tune.
Yeah,
you know,
belted out of tune, right?
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of actors out there that, you know, just have a lot of different skills. You know what I mean? I play the trumpet too, you know. So it's always nice when you can incorporate, you know, one of your hobbies or something into, you know.
You play the trumpet? How many years did you take it?
You know what? I didn't. I just picked it up 4 or 5 years ago.
Just pick it up and by ear, just figure it out.
Just, you know, just stroll along with it and see.
Yeah.
You know, you got to know. Same with the acting. Just picked it up, stroll along with it and see.
You never went to acting school?
No. I never went to acting school, you know. I actually started out in law.
You know, I got a bachelor's and master's degree in law. We got 3 lawyers in the family, and my father, you know, being the only boy of 4 girls, he expected me to take over the business, but I was like, there's no way I'm reading these books for the rest of my life, you know. So I quickly got out of that. So then I just found my way to Hollywood, and it just worked the right way.
Yeah, that's great.
I cannot believe Adebisi was a lawyer. Like, you never know.
Yeah, I know, right?
You would never guess lawyer.
Well, Adebisi was. Adewale was. Adebisi was all about breaking the law.
Yeah. When you were in Lost, you were a lot bigger than you are in Oz. Was that a conscious decision, or were you just hungry?
No, I think that was successful living.
Was it? Yeah. Just kind of like, let me.
Some honesty there.
I think that's successful living, man.
Reaping the fruits of my labor
absolutely,
here.
Life was good.
Life is good.
But
He was treating himself, Jimmy.
I would assume that doing a role like Oz, and the kind of character you played, you would have to be very fit. You probably worked out a lot because you had to look the part.
I mean, it was all very much in keeping. I remember back in those days, I was hungry. I was younger. I was lean. But, you know, there was no specification like this dude has to be yoked. There was nothing like that. That was just me.
Let me translate what Anthony was saying.
They had a gym on set, so
right.
in between, we just... What's he trying to say?
Well, he was saying that he really enjoyed you in Oz, but he liked your body a lot more in Lost.
Well, isn't that nice?
I will say, for 1 year on the show, you did make a huge impact. Yeah. Some of the, I mean, you gotta think some of those people that were the behind the scenes people that were just in background people for the entire run of the show. You'd be like, I remember that extra. So even like the first season, they're like, this son of a bitch comes in for a year, pretty much becomes one of the most popular characters on the show, and then just,
it's all about keeping it moving, keeping people guessing, and I mean, that was the MO. The deal that I was given, these 4 characters were coming in to jack up the show, and if it didn't work, you were going to die. So there was no. You were under no illusions while you were there. There was no time to make friends, and I remember I was shooting 50 Cent's movie at that time, so I had no preparation whatsoever. So, and there's 15 characters in there. You just got to get in there and make make yourself heard.
You got to kind of try to do what you got to do to stand out, I would gather, or else you get killed off.
That's it. And the thing is like, I came from that walk of life. From Oz, it was all about shuffle, get in there, do so
huge ensemble.
It wasn't no thing to me. It was like just get in there and make an impact, and then see where that goes.
Start shanking the cast. Like, wait a minute.
I think of it more like because the cast actually help you in the end, but it's like shanking the audience. You know what I mean? You got to shank. You got to hit them in the gut where it hurts. So they feel it.
You know what? You're right, because when you watch a show. And you have one of those like holy shit moments where you're just watching and go, no way that just happened. That makes a great show. Yeah. And I think that I think there's a few that are doing that now.
What's your favorite
but not
shows
many.
out there now?
Right now, I've been digging Breaking Bad. I like that one. Walking Dead also. Kind of like, a little zombie thing. How do you lose with zombies? Great. But now you also did the thing. The
is that what you promoted?
Kind of like that.
Prequel / remake boot thing of the thing. So effect wise, amazing.
Have you seen the movie yet?
It's fantastic, man.
You seen the new thing?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Go to the movie. I go to the movies.
Well, he's got ways.
I go to the movies. I have to see these movies. But were you a fan of the original one was the early one, from the 50s, and then the
John Carpenter remake.
The John Carpenter remake.
I knew both of them. I knew the 50s one and the 82 version, John Carpenter's, and particularly John Carpenter's Virgin. It was quite a groundbreaking film.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it's one of the few films where black people live to the end. You know what I mean? And had a real identity. You know what I mean? And just the creatures. I remember, always being struck with that transformation where the dog became this.
Yeah.
And I remember also that. The effects were kind of amateurish, but they were just incredible. They were
It was
so
effective, man.
nasty,
Yeah. That the upside down head where the legs come out of it. It's just
for 30
crazy.
years ago, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But I think really what struck me about that film then was that it was more of a thriller suspense, because the thing goes in the human and then you got to figure out which one. I love those things.
It's that paranoia thing of no one knowing really who the
friends
bad guy
turning
is.
against each other and all of that stuff. And we have all of that in this new one. I mean, I think they did a great job sort of capturing the paranoia, the suspense, the thriller, and then just took it to another level with the creatures, man. I mean, that stuff. It's grotesque, man.
It's grotesque.
We have to wrap. They're telling us because you have television. That's your people are saying that we have to wrap.
He's
you
a
now
busy man.
because he has TV to go do. So not to cut you off, obviously, but to want to plug properly. The Thing is in theaters now. Killer Elite is in theaters now, and it's the one AAA. TRIPLEA, the one AAA on Twitter. And how do we Adewale we got? And how do you say your last name?
Akinnuoye-Agbaje.
That's what I thought so. I had it right. Incorrect. All right.
I was close.
Just call me Adewale. We can keep it simple.
Imagine that if that was his Twitter name, he wouldn't be able to tweet.
Yeah, that'd be
no more characters left over.
Yeah, you can't tweet anything. You put your name and
that's it.
Turn red.
But you know what? It ensures in Hollywood I get my own separate card.
That's true.
That's what's up.
You're not on the screen.
He really has to go.
Sharing
No
with
other
nobody.
names.
And at 1 o'clock, Adewale will be on the Chew. They're asking us to mention that it's on ABC at 1 o'clock today.
cool.
So if you want to watch the interview too, check that out at 1 o'clock on ABC.
Nice.
I never heard of it. I guess it's a new show.
Hey, thanks, man. Pleasure
Hey,
meeting
listen,
you, man.
my pleasure,
Thanks,
man.
Come back and see
Thanks
us,
for the
will you?
support. I
Cool, man.
definitely will.
All right, we're going to have T.I. in studio in a few minutes here. At Tip on Twitter. What happened? What's going on? What's up? We're on. What happened?
No, we never let people in the studio anymore. But they're saying he's coming in, but he has to have one security guard in with him. Maybe I guess rappers have a different. That's fine.
How about we tell
Believe
him
me,
now?
we're pretty harmless.
Yeah, I know. We're not very
Pretty
threatening
harmless.
T.I.
What's up, man?
Hey, man. How are you?
Hey, man.
How you doing? Still wearing the hat with pride, my friend. I like that.
What's up?
Yeah. Doesn't throw it away just because,
Nah, absolutely not.
of the big choke.
A-Rod did not do well. He let you guys down.
Well, we're used to it.
Are you used to the A-Rod choking?
I support the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing the hat in support of the city.
Oh, there you go.
Not necessarily the Yankees.
Not just the team.
Yeah. No.
Oh, so you're not really. Are you a fan?
I mean, no. I know some of those guys. I'm not a fan of baseball.
No.
I'm a football, basketball guy. But you know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of New York though.
What's your teams? Football and basketball.
Well, football, definitely. Well, first of all, for both teams, you got the Hawks and the Falcons.
Right.
But see, then when you grow up in Atlanta, and you have the history in sports that we have, you have to definitely support your hometown team. Then you have to actually pick somebody you think's gonna win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I like the Hawks. And then I also I like the Heat too.
When's the last time an Atlanta team won? Well, the Braves always did pretty well, but you don't like baseball. So when's the last time the Falcons or the Hawks won? Has it been forever?
Well, the Falcons actually made it to the Super Bowl in 2000, I think it was. 2000, 2001, something like that.
Didn't pull it off,
lost.
though. They didn't pull it off.
Atlanta's a big enough city that they should have some champiomships. Mm-hmm. They really should get the job done somehow.
Yeah, I think it's ownership though. I think it's the executive office.
Do you allow like a lot of musicians don't want their music used with certain athletes? Do people use your music to walk out to, or you don't mind?
I don't mind at all, man. If it inspires you and motivates you to get out there and become a champion, then that was my intention. That was my intention in making it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do I have a question too, because I was reading something. Do you write down lyrics, or do you just kind of go from memory?
You know, it depends on the song. It depends on the song. If it's a more introspective, a detailed story, meticulous, kind of story, I do write it down. But if it's just like a party record or a record that I'm just all too experienced in making, I do that off the top.
How good is your memory? Because I really,
Pretty good.
Did you ever come up with something you think is brilliant? Like you're like, oh, that's just fucking great, and then the next morning you're like, oh, I was fucked up. I don't remember it.
I mean, it happens to me a few different ways and different times. There is no cookie cutter way of it happening. Sometimes I'll be like right here, and I come up with an idea, and by the time I get in the car, I'll say, I forgot. And if I think hard enough about it, I remember it again. And sometimes I go to sleep and I wake up remembering a song that I thought of in my sleep. So,
do you talk it into a recorder? Yeah. Do you have like a little thing that you'll talk something into?
Nah, I used to try and do that. I always lose those though. So it didn't work out well.
Do you have people around you too? It's like, I guess as a performer, do you have guys around you that if something's not good, like, cause we were talking about the original Star Wars, they did the Phantom Menace, which I thought was terrible. And George Lucas has nobody around him that just is like, ugh,
right,
fucking awful.
Bunch
like,
of yes men.
You need friends around you who will.
That's
like, hey, you suck.
Career suicide.
Every so often.
Everyone just yeses you to death.
That's career suicide. Yeah.
So you don't toss people out if they tell you unpleasant.
Absolutely not. Nah, man. I mean, honesty is definitely welcomed around me. Honesty, integrity, and just a genuine spirit.
I think if you're confident enough in what you're doing, you could take criticism.
Absolutely.
And it's not, the end of the world.
And if you want to be the best at what you do, you want to know when you're not at your best.
Yeah. And I know the difference between criticism and when some of these fucking fans are fucking with me. So, yeah, that's kind of easy to distinguish.
Yeah, on Twitter, how bothered are you by, because we sometimes you try to avoid it, but how bothered are you by like people on Twitter who are attacking you or like?
I'm not. I mean, because you got to think about it. Anybody who goes out of their way and takes time out of their day to come and say something negative to someone that they don't like, that only speaks volumes as to how much of a life you don't have. Because if I don't like you and I'm not interested in what you're doing and saying, then I'm not going to tune in to where you are long enough to type a long detailed. I'm not even gonna waste my characters on it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that speaks volumes as to what kind of people they are and what kind of life they don't have.
Sometimes they don't say one thing though that kind of goes like, "Yeah, you son of a bitch." Yeah. Some of them are kind of good at getting like one little screw in there, and you're like,
shot.
You found it.
I do what you do though. I actually I'll private message them something fucking horrific, and then block them. It really is satisfying.
Yeah.
Because nobody has to see my response to them.
Yeah, no one else sees the response. You see it. You give them a good beating, and then you just block them and go, yeah, take it easy.
That's it.
I don't have to see you anymore.
I'm not as experienced in my Twitterification.
Because he's actually working, Jim.
Yeah, I know. You probably get more positive feedback than we do. We're used to people hating our guts.
Doesn't it sound like all we do is deal with people? Yeah, son of a bitch.
Well, it's the environment we're in. He's not dealing with that.
It is
crowd.
very toxic in here.
He's too busy creating. He's not tweeting as much as we are.
It really is, man.
It's at Tip on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah,
people out there.
Tip.
So how many followers you got?
1.3, 1.2 million, something like that.
It's gotta be nice.
How many you got?
136,000.
136,000. That's a lot.
Not compared to a million's a lot.
A million is the benchmark.
Yeah,
well, I'm just getting to a million. Look,
I'm just getting there.
Taylor Swift. I seen her. She has like 16 million, I think.
And nothing to say, by the way.
That's crazy.
That's the problem with a lot of those
people with the most followers say the least interesting
say.
shit. That's why I like 50 Cent, because he doesn't give any fucking positivity. He just goes out and blasts people and goofs on shit. And I kind of like that on Twitter. Because I have nothing positive to say on Twitter. I really don't.
No.
It's everything I'm too afraid afraid to say to people's face.
You're the same asshole that you get, only to other people. That's what you do.
Yeah, but I use my real name. The thing with
That's
Twitter is they
true.
can attack you anonymously.
Yeah, I mean, that's cowardly.
Yeah.
That's cowardly.
I have a question about rap. What's the difference? Because I tweeted a joke about something, and some rapper got pissed off at me, and we going back and forth.
What was the joke?
It was about Steve Jobs. It was nothing that harsh, but after he died, I just
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying it's pleasant, but it's what I do. But he got mad at me, and my friend knows him, and he goes, well, it was a little back and forth, but it wasn't a Twitter beef. What exactly is the difference between a mild argument and a beef? Because a beef is apparently really bad.
Violence.
Oh, beef gets violence?
Violence and threat of violence is probably the difference.
Okay, so if there's a beef, there's a problem.
You don't want to
If we
ever
have
have
a
a beef.
disagreement, if we have a disagreement, that's one thing. But then if you say, you know what, it's on when I see you. Okay, now it's a beef.
Okay.
Then it's a beef.
And you're a guy that throws down. I mean, you don't seem to back down for that. No, but a lot of guys get successful.
I mean, I've gotten a little old. Man. I'm up in age for that.
Mellowed a little with age,
Yeah,
chilling out a little bit.
Start thinking about shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's too much going on out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Too many other things to do. Too many other ways to divide your time rather than be too focused in that.
But you still worked when you were in jail. It seemed like it's like you didn't just wither away. It's like you still had projects going on and stuff coming out. It was like you did more in jail than most people do on
That's
the streets.
amazing. That always amazes me, man.
Well, I try to stay busy, man. I try to stay busy and productive.
I read some of the book. I didn't. We had it over the weekend.
How much? How much did you read?
About 20 pages.
What? That's it?
Yeah, I'll tell you why though.
Okay.
I'm preparing. I'm interviewing Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath and Ace Frehley from Cure, two of my childhood heroes, and they both have books. So I've been obsessively because they're biographies.
All right. Well, you get a pass.
But I have to say this. Okay, I'm not going to give away anything in the book. I'm only going to talk about the first couple of pages. But it really was much more. Because look, I didn't know if it was geared towards me as a reader. Much more than I thought. By page 5, I believe, the mother dies, and I'm not giving much away. It's the opening of the book. it's the first couple pages. Yeah. By page 6, the stepbrother and stepsister have sexual tension. By page 7, they're fucking. I loved what I read. I really did.
He just sold you a few books.
I honestly mean that. I couldn't believe that it went there that fast. I'm like, this is fucking great.
It's like, let's not fuck around. Let's get right into this.
It's like I genuinely.
I love books like that, though.
Yeah.
Not out of because you're a guest. I genuinely want to keep reading this. I couldn't believe when I thought it was going to be like, all right, is this a book for teenagers? I could not believe it went in that direction
so
that
fast.
fucking quickly. I was like, wow, that's great.
The book's called Power and Beauty, just so we get
Power
the name
and
out
Beauty
there.
in stores today.
Nice.
And it's about, would you say it's about two teenagers? Obviously, they're both 16, their stepbrother and sister. The mother is killed.
But not exactly stepbrother and sister. Well, I guess, Beauty was adopted by Power's mom when her mom passed. So and that was when they were 11, 12 years old. So they have been living as brother and sister for 4 years at the time when mom's passed. And so, I guess that brought them together in a way and had them see each other, because at that point they were all each other had. So I guess that allowed them to see each other in a way that I guess they'd never seen each other before.
It's still nice to see something addressed, though, realistically, or in a way you don't think it's going to be addressed. Because the part I'm at now is the mother was good friends with the guy. I think he's a pimp, Slim, and Slim Simmons. And he's trying to get them to move in with him. He's got a big house.
Yeah.
And it's like there's an underlying thing, like I think, and again, I haven't read it far enough, but I think he wants to fuck the girl. I mean, I think, of course, he wants to fuck the girl. So he wants to stick the brother over the garage, and he wants to have the girl in the house with him. And I'm like, I just love the fact that all of this is happening in the first 20 pages of the book. It's not fucking a soft read at all.
And that's what would happen.
Yeah.
The guy would be like,
yeah, Pimp probably would want to fuck the 16-year-old chick. I mean, I could certainly. But the Slim character reminds me, and again, I'm just starting it with of Iceberg, not Iceberg Slim, but who was the bald pimp in Iceberg Slim's book? Do you remember that?
I don't.
No, he was a real character in the 40s, and but he's reminding me of that vibe.
I didn't read many Donald Goins. I didn't read a lot of those.
Yeah, it was It was a real character. He's dead now, and but he was just a fucking hardcore pimp, and this guy reminds me of him, so I kind of like him, and I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, Slim, man. Slim ain't necessarily a pimp. I don't think pimping is in his repertoire.
Oh, he's not?
No, he's not a pimp. He's let's see here. I guess the neighborhood entrepreneurial.
Okay.
Just the guy who's the godfather of that area of Atlanta.
But he dibs and dabs in a little bit.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, because he has diamond earrings and he's wearing silk at a wake.
Legal and illegal. Legal and illegal. You know, he dibs and dabs in a little bit of everything. You know.
Now, where does this come from with you? Like just
it's drawn
pull it out of your mind. And...
It's drawn from my experiences. It's also. I've also drawn from the experiences I have witnessed and observed others around me go through, and I was blessed with the opportunity and afforded the opportunity of working alongside David Ritz, who's done several biographies, and he's just an incredibly accomplished writer, and as we sat down. He said he said to me that he wanted to write a book in a world that I was all too familiar with, and he wasn't so familiar with. So I said, all right, cool. Let's, and we began picking each other's brains and tossing around ideas immediately. And before you know it, we had, pages, and we just began to critique those pages and build and expand and this is the result of that.
Do you still pick it up? And because there's something really cool about having because you obviously have so many products out, but of having a box of books that you've written, it's like there really is a cool thing about
make you
that.
feel smart, don't it?
But it's a cool thing, especially since it's risky because you've made your living really, really well doing music, and it's like you're opening yourself up to be criticized if it's not good. So it's a huge risk that a lot of guys wouldn't take.
I mean, well, my thing was I wanted to throw people off a little bit, because I know that writing a book about your life, if you have an interesting life, you have an interesting book. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get as much credit for that. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I knew that already about him, So I wanted people to actually read this and draw the conclusion of, oh, so he actually invested some time, some effort, some energy, and some artistry into this book. And I wasn't expecting a novel, So he's actually invested in this part of his career. And also I wanted to motivate people in my culture, people of my culture, of my background, in my neighborhoods, to read more. So I wanted to appeal to their interests as well as their intellect.
Oh, okay. Now, if you weren't doing music, what do you think you'd be? Do you think you'd be in trouble, or were you headed on kind of a decent
Well,
road?
I mean, at that point in time, I was in trouble, but I was trying to find a way out of trouble. So, it depends, man. It depends. Just like power, I think it would have depended a lot upon who I had cultivating my talents and abilities, who I had, leading me to or fro. I think that has a lot to do with where people end up in life when they are at that pivotal age, 16, 17, 15, 16, 17, who they have around them and what they are being motivated to do. I think that would have had a huge determination of where I ended up.
Are you still friends with people that are still kicking around and doing nasty shit?
I mean, I still know them. I mean, we're not around each other enough in order to say, that we're friends still.
Right.
But I know them. We have a mutual respect for one another.
Are you glad you're
absolutely
out of that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would assume some people would kind of miss the excitement or thrill of it.
You know what? Too much risk, not enough money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You can make so much more money doing far less dangerous things. You know what I'm saying? You're not risking your life, not risking your freedom. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, risk versus reward in anything in life.
Yeah.
The risk is too high and the reward is too low.
Do you find that people, Eminem has a song, I think it was D12 called How Come? And it's kind of about people in the old neighborhood who are kind of resentful of your success. Do you find that certain people that you've known kind of expected you to bring them up with you, or resent where you are now?
I mean, it could be, but most of the people who are around me now are people who were, who come from that part of my life. Most of the people who I work with now have been around me for 10 years or more. So they already know who I am as a person. The people who you say could feel like that, they weren't ever really around me before.
Right.
Or they're not applying themselves enough. You're not really you're not helping me to help you. You got to do something worth selling. Anything is supply and demand. If there's no demand created, there's nothing for me to supply.
Do you think characters like this too? And I really am annoyed that I didn't read more of it, because the way it's kind of portrayed realistically or harshly almost, it seems like in movies they're always trying to find the positive note. They're not always. They seem like they don't want to paint things honestly.
Yeah.
Which I think it really is. It's uncomfortable to watch, and it's kind of sugar-coated. And this doesn't seem sugar-coated at all.
Well, that's definitely authenticity is definitely that's the approach we wanted to take. We want to remain true and honest to the life and the world that we surrounded this book in, and and we have to remain true to what we writing about. Or else we just, wasting a lot of people's time and money.
Who would you say coming up was your favorite performer?
Tupac.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you could, is there any music you listen to that people wouldn't expect you to listen to? Like, and we all have that, like,
sure.
Like, do you like country, or do you like, I mean, that might be a stretch, but
like Maroon 5.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, it's got some soul to it.
Does it? I've never listened to them.
It's yeah. It's almost got to sound like God, what's his name?
I like Adele too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That Adele is.
She's great.
Wow.
This is how shallow I am. She's not. I'm not attracted to her, so I can't really listen to her.
Man.
I know. It's very shallow. It's shitty.
Well, when you see what she looks like, it kind of bummed us all out. You have that fantasy of what you think she looks like with a voice like that. I'm sorry, but it's true.
LaRue, I like her as well. I like a lot of. I like music, man. I like music.
You like rock as well?
I do, but you know what? I haven't really listened to a lot of rock since honestly Nirvana. I like Green Day, obviously.
Why do you say obviously?
Because dude came from Nirvana.
Oh, you know what? You know more about rock than I do. I had no idea.
No, you mean the Foo Fighters?
Oh, Foo Fighters.
Oh, Foo Fighters. Okay.
Foo Fighters.
Even if you had said Foo Fighters, I wouldn't have connected.
Talking about Dave Grohl.
Oh, okay.
Foo Fighters. Dude came from Nirvana.
Yeah.
Green Day. I like them a little bit because they remind me of that type of hardcore, grungy. Mm-hmm. I like the rockers who can sing, though. You know what I'm saying? Not the ones who just yell
and make noise.
Yeah. Like, who's the actual leader of this band here?
Yeah.
Everybody can scream. The drummer can scream.
Good. I hope a guy on our staff is hearing that, because he screams a lot in his fucking death metal band. So I hope he's hearing that. T.I. is telling you you're a flop, stupid. I hope you're hearing that.
I don't do that, man. I don't do that.
And so, like, I mean, you're out now, and it's like, I'm sure you want to stay out, and like, do you kind of live and learn as these like little things happen, like these little
absolutely
traps that people can fall into?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like things happen to different people for different reasons, and everybody in life has a different lesson to learn, and it takes different encounters and experiences in life to teach those lessons. So, what it may take for you to learn your lesson isn't exactly what it would take for me, and vice versa. So I'm just traveling my path and learning my lessons.
Did people try you in jail, or how do they treat you? Because sometimes with celebrities, it can be either way. They can either respect you and enjoy you, or they can...
I mean, I had mutual respect from all the people that mattered.
So no real problems. I'm always fascinated with jail. We had Bernard Hopkins told some great stories about
you wouldn't last 2 seconds.
Dude, that's exactly why. Why do you think I pay my taxes? Because I like the government? No, I don't get fucked in the ass.
Yeah, look at us. We'd be a problem in jail.
Of course. Oh, they would love me.
Oh, we would suck in jail.
I wouldn't even get hit. They would probably just pinch my cheeks. What was the most creative? I'm always amazed with guys in jail. The creativity
Hopkins stories were amazing.
How they made microwaves and.
Oh yeah. Now that kind of stuff, man. That ingenuity. They definitely.
Was there something like that?
Resourceful.
Was there something like that where you were just amazed by, like, wow, how did they figure out how to do that?
Man, they fry chicken. They fry chicken and burritos and stuff by taking. They get like a plastic container, which would be. They get a brand new trash can, a little trash thing, and they'll cut it in half, take the bottom half, fill it with grease, and they'll get what you call a stinger. Well, you get a positive and a negative wire. You put it in the grease and plug it up, and it heats it up and it fries.
Holy shit!
They make chicken nuggets and French fries.
Is it good? Did you try it?
Yeah, I mean, it was
all right.
Yeah, better than cafeteria food.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
There is such a genius to some of the guys in jail to make wine in the toilet. I mean,
that's another thing. The wine, not in the toilet.
Don't they? I'm watching The Longest Yard. So don't they just kind of put it in a bag and just soak it there to keep it cool, or to hit? Or no?
Nah, you got to keep it warm. You just have to have a place to hide it. And yeah, you definitely. They make it out of tomato paste and sugar and other
anything
things.
That'll ferment.
Anything that will ferment. There you go.
Yeah.
What was the worst part about being locked up? Was it the lack of female companionship or the food?
Locked up.
Yeah.
The worst part about being locked up was being locked up.
Did you think right when that happened? Did you just think, oh man, I might have fucked up here?
No, there was no might into it.
Yeah, no might. But did you think like that? Did you ever have any doubt that you'd be able to take up where you left off or anything?
Man, you know what,
back
man?
on track?
Man, professionally, I never really. I don't think that I never thought it would be a problem for me professionally because what I have to offer the marketplace, I don't think anyone else has. They can't fill that void. They're not me. You know what I'm saying? They can do what they do very well, but they can't do what I do. So as long as I continue to do what I do, then there'll be a place for me.
That's one thing you could still do from jail. It's not like, if you're an auto mechanic and you get sent up, somebody could bring their car by and you could still fix it and make a few bucks. Right, Jim?
Well, yeah, I mean,
hear what I'm saying there, Jim?
No, but you know what? It's true because the question is, do you ever run out of thoughts or ideas? Like as a do you get can I get writer's block? If I sit down and say I have to write, I have to create, I'm fucking finished. It will happen at a really bad time. Like if I'm playing chess on my iPad on the toilet, I'm like, oh, idea. It always comes where I'm not looking for it.
And what's coming out of your ass is probably a better one.
It really
Oh man.
Can you make yourself create, or does it have to just hit you when you're doing something completely the opposite?
I mean, of course, you want it to happen organically, and you want it to be a natural thought. But man, you can, if necessary, if you're a professional. I think performing on the spot is a part of the job. Being able to perform at on command on whatever topic. That's a part of the job.
Do they still do rap battles? I mean, I'm very 80s with fucking rap.
God,
I don't remember. It's fucking. I'm thinking of Red Alert and Marley Marl in the fucking late 80s.
Every Friday on 106 and Park. They do.
They do?
Yeah, every Friday on 106 and Park.
Well, I always
Freestyle Fridays.
What an amazing skill that is, and also an instant humiliation if you're terrible at it.
Instant.
Immediate.
Yeah, it just seems like there's no way to bullshit through that with a fucking a group watching you.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than getting your ass handed to you. I think in a rap battle is going to be quite embarrassing.
What's even worse than that? Doing a good job and doing so good of a job that the guy you're going up against kicks your ass.
Oh, literally kicks your ass. I've seen some videos where people have gotten like pissed off, like fuck, man, this guy's ripping me apart.
And you know the guy getting beat up just wants to go, look, this isn't fair. I won. That's not right.
That's really
This
funny.
the thanks I get?
Yeah, I did a good job.
Showing off
I
my
did this so I
skill.
wouldn't have to fight.
Is this my pat on the back?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You're right, because you do stuff like that so you avoid fighting.
Right.
There's some video
Have
on
some
YouTube
kind of skills.
of a guy doing that where the guys were going back and forth, but the one guy started getting way too aggressive, and I guess he was talking too much shit in his lyrics and like what he was going to do, and the other guy just popped him in the face.
Just popped him right in the face.
Yeah, really. Just put it on-
Immediately. Bow.
Yeah, I guess the guy knew he had nothing to come back with, and if you can punch somebody in the face and win, I mean, who wouldn't want to win every argument?
No shit.
That's bullying, Jim. We don't like bullying, man. That's not
That
cool.
wasn't bullying. The other guy was in his face talking a lot of shit.
I'm just fucking.
Did you ever write anything that you regretted? Because I know you've had a couple of minor things, and then they get
Write
patched up.
anything that I regret?
Yeah, like lyrically, once it's out there, I've done jokes and stuff that I kind of wished I if I could.
So did the audience.
Nah.
I'm fucking with you, Jimmy.
Everything I write
Jimmy's
is how,
brilliant.
everything I write is how I feel. And I mean, I've wrote some things where I say, "Whoa," I went kind of far. That was kind of graphic.
Yeah,
but they were mostly sexual content.
And that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, well,
What do you get, though?
But the thing is, like, I make those songs, and then, you know what I'm saying, my kids will say, "Oh yeah, Dad, I love your album."
Oh shit!
Wait a minute, which song do you like? So, I'm pretty open, honest, and I'm a hands-on dad. So, you know what I'm saying, I can navigate them through the filth.
How old are they?
Through to the art.
How old are the kids?
Man, I have kids from 3 to 16. 15. Should be 16 soon.
So the younger ones, do you try to do you steer away from the hard lyrics, or do you just give them the radio edit?
I give it to them straight up, uncut, and I explain to them that, now, if you are confused or have any questions about anything said about on this or any other project, you come talk to me about it, because if I catch you imitating or repeating any of these things, you're going to have to deal with me. And we have that understanding, and I've never had a problem.
You don't want to have a beef with a 3-year-old. No. It's terrible.
Do you think people's perception of what rap is or what rappers are like is accurate, or do you think that the media takes certain aspects of the music or the problems that flare up and makes that the entire
yeah, that's what I think.
genre?
I think they take isolated incidents and try to blanket it over the whole genre of music. But I think that rappers are just like anyone else, just like any other group of performers or group of professionals. You're gonna have good guys, you're gonna have bad apples, you're gonna have good ones who, as far as they're good at what they do artistically, and you're gonna have ones that suck, and you're gonna have some of integrity, and you're gonna have some that'll sell their mother's family heirloom for a record sale or a record deal. You're gonna have different walks of life in anything, in any area you step into. Rap is no different. We're all not criminals. We're all not gangbangers. We're all not former drug dealers. We don't all go to jail. We don't all even come from urban areas in society. So we shouldn't all be treated the same and grouped into the same bunch.
It does seem, though, that a lot of people, in order to get the credibility, try to present that, though. You know what I mean? Like some guys, if you're from the suburbs around a big city, you're going to say you're from that city to kind of.
It's not really like that anymore.
Really?
Because look at two of the biggest stars in the game right now are totally away from that, which is Kanye West and Drake. Both of them are, hey, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is my life. This is not my life. I'm not going to pretend that this is what I did or what I do. And I mean, they're accepted. They're respected. Their music is appreciated. And I think that, other people who come from that walk of life should take their, they should take their lead on that, because there's nothing worse than trying to pretend to be something that you're not.
Were you as shocked as I was when it turned out Vanilla Ice was from the suburbs? I couldn't believe it. He seemed so street and urban and tough, and then all of a sudden, I'm from the suburbs. I'm going to just wreck my image.
You know, that killed me too.
You know what I noticed too? A lot of rappers, like, and this is one thing and again, I'm not as up on rap as I used to be, but like, Eminem talks about being afraid a lot, and it's like I always kind of wanted rappers to address that more.
Afraid?
Like, he talks about being just what it is that scares him or hurts him beyond. And again, there might be a lot of guys doing it that I just
I've never heard
missed.
him talking about being afraid. I've heard about him talking about being hurt or being upset, and just unhappy. But
there's one. I guess I'm thinking of something. Maybe it was from 8 Mile, where the lyric is something. I'm afraid, so why am I afraid? It's about, I think, where he's trying to write or create something.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I kind of like the fact that he addressed that part of the psyche that I don't hear a lot of rappers addressing. Although,
like, just trying to be hard all the time.
Yeah, because I'm sure it exists, but maybe there are guys that do it, and I just don't know it.
Showing vulnerability, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, well, I think that honesty, that true to life honesty, is what people can connect to in music, in rappers. Not only just rappers, I guess music of all genres, but that honesty is what the listener identifies with, and that's what brings them back and connects them with you and brings them back on your next project and your next project, because they feel like they relate to you and what you're going through. Your pain is their pain.
There's a weird thing too when you meet people, because you tell them things. For us it's here, or it's whatever, and for you it's your music, and they really know a lot more about you than you know about them.
Right.
And that's always an odd feeling, because they expect you to be forthcoming, and it's like, but you know 50 things about me, and I know one thing about you. All I'm asking for is a picture of your pussy. Could you at least just text me a picture of your vagina so we're on even ground?
Oh man. Hey man, you know what? I never thought about that. That's a classy approach.
I put P, I don't actually write the word.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
P and PU and 2 5s.
Like PU $. Yeah.
You figure out the rest.
You got to be classy. Yeah.
I always find that is an odd feeling with people to know that they know so much more about me than I know about them. And do you ever regret putting personal things out there, or and just kind of want to like wall up a little bit and be private?
I mean, I don't know if I could say I regret it. I've definitely examined the challenge that it brought. I examined the result of it. I don't say I regret it though. I think that all things about me they've contributed to making me who I am as an artist, as a man, so I think that at the end of the day, you just got to accept it. You got to accept it and see how you can make it better and move forward.
How do you deal with the fame? You just sometimes want to fucking just be alone.
Now I would much rather have some quiet money.
Yeah, quiet money. You got that loud money.
I'd rather have some quiet money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got loud money. I see a lot of people, man, with far. We were just talking about this last night. I see, there are a lot more people with far more money than me. And they just, they just go and live. And like whoever owns this thing, whoever owns Sirius, he can go ride the subway. He can, he can go
yeah,
shopping.
that's quiet money.
He's certainly not paying his talent.
Keep a little too much for himself.
You know what I'm saying? And just like, like the guy, Edgar Brofman, one of the owners of Warner, or one of.
I know he is.
You don't know Edgar Brofman?
No.
Well, the Warner Music Group.
Okay.
All right. Well, one of. He can walk around, man, just like you say. You don't know who he is. This guy's loaded. This guy has more money than the color blue. This guy's loaded.
That's a lot of money.
And you know what I'm saying? He can walk around, do whatever, and people, they'll never bother him. They'll never know to bother him.
Yeah, he's just another suit walking around.
Just another suit.
Yeah.
Can you do anything without being recognized anymore? Like, is there any? I've wondered with guys who have that level of fame. Like, what's the last thing you can remember doing? Just like maybe with your girl, going to a movie where nobody bothered you, nobody knew who you were.
Nah, well, well, in my line of work, you kind of you want people to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of yields to that yields a good performance. But I just learned how to handle it. I learned how to deal with it. If you manage the situation, then you can, you know what I'm saying, you can get through the day. Now, Pete, when you go to, I give you an example. Let's say you go to a crowded area. Let's say it's a mall, okay? You go to the mall, a lot of people start to gather, crowd gathers, everyone notices you. Now, if you just take off running through the mall, then they're gonna chase you.
Right.
However, if you say, hey, how y'all doing? Excuse me. Hey, listen, guys, I'm just here. I gotta run and get something right quick. I appreciate the love. If y'all just let me shop, excuse me. Thank you. And you just, make your way through there. Then, you treat them like people that treat you like a person, and they'll shake your hand, say what they want to say to you, and then move on.
What's worse than when you're having an argument in a text or on the phone with your girl and and I'm always fan friendly, but it is literally the worst. Like, some people have no perception at all, and I like getting photos with people. I'm a bit of an asshole. I love taking pictures with people, but it's like, will you read the room? Can you not see how unhappy I am right now?
Read the room.
But when you're eating, dude, even I won't ask when people are eating, but I've actually had people at the Comedy Cellar sit down next to me.
Yeah.
And go, do you mind if I take a picture? It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that's like, those are things that I won't do. I won't do it while I'm eating with my family. And I don't like doing it like in public places.
Because one starts and then there's
airports and malls. I don't like doing them in there because, like you say, you do one and you're doing them until you leave.
Listen to this, Jimmy.
And but what's worse than a chick with a cell phone trying to take a picture? The boyfriend gives her the camera.
And the worst thing is when they ask you to take a picture, you say okay, then they don't know how to work it.
Yeah, it's not set up.
Oh man, well, wait a minute, it didn't take. Wait a minute.
Hold on, let her look at this.
How do you do this? Oh man, the battery's going dead.
One more.
Let's do it. Wait, let me see your phone.
All of a sudden, it's a photo shoot.
Oh wait, I'm doing video on flash. It's like a fucking camera, idiot. Can you figure that out at home?
I need a flash. Turn away from the light. Turn away.
There's nothing worse than a girlfriend fumbling with an iPhone,
setting up reflectors.
We have to.
We gotta get T.I. out of here.
We have to wrap him, but just to plug, he has book signings as well.
Yeah.
The book is called Power and Beauty: A Story of Life on the Streets, and I'm telling you genuinely, I have read a small amount of it, but I really liked what I read. It's very ballsy.
And you're going to continue reading it.
I really am, man. A lot of times I don't finish the books. I really will.
So I asked him off mic.
Yeah,
Jimmy reads a lot.
Yeah, but it's like a lot. Usually it's biographies, and I don't like nonfiction as much anymore. And this one grabbed me immediately, and it was just late, and
That's what's up.
I was being a pig online again.
And you say you need to know that. You read a lot of nonfiction?
Crime stuff, and also just when we're interviewing people, like I'll read the books of people who are coming in to be interviewed. I feel obligated.
That's rather distinguished of you.
Yeah, but you understand, I'm such a sex addict. It just anytime I'm not reading, I'm being a creep on the computer. So I literally will read, look at porn, stop, read, Twitter, play chess on the iPad.
It's only 20 pages.
And you know what, man? That you're exercising a lot of parts of the brain right now. You're stimulating a lot of different parts of your brain.
I really am. I'm holding the book with my left hand. I put it down and jerk it off with the right. All right, here we go. He doesn't need to know. He doesn't care.
We want him to come back.
All right, tonight, let me get the book signings. Tonight, 6 o'clock, it's Human Bookstore. It's 2319 Frederick Douglass Boulevard. I believe that's here in Manhattan.
At Harlem.
Oh, it's in Harlem, Uptown. And Thursday at 7 o'clock, Books A Million, which is in Peachtree City, Georgia.
30 minutes outside of Atlanta.
And we are heard there. And then next Wednesday at 7 o'clock, it's a Barnes & Noble in Santa Monica, California. These will obviously... What's that?
The West Side.
The West Side, Barnes & Noble?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm the West Side. I'm thinking he means of Santa Monica.
No, West Side of the United States.
I give myself away immediately. I'm a fucking suburban jizzbag. All right.
Well, there's sort of a West Side of Santa Monica.
I know, but
it's the beach. But
why wouldn't I know that?
It's the beach.
I don't know if they.
If you're on the edge of the pier, maybe.
No, but I actually said the West Side Barnes & Noble. Like there's two of them.
Yeah, if you got your feet in the sand. I suppose that's
I guess that's the west side.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're buying a book and you're looking at the Pacific Ocean, all right. So tonight, Thursday, and what is your website?
My website, trapmusic.com, at Tip, at Twitter, grandhustle.com.
Okay, so you can find out if you don't hear this, if you're driving now and you want this information.
And you,
yeah.
You and Diddy are all right now?
Yeah, man, we always have been, man.
There's a little weird thing that happened last week.
Man, that's my brother, man. I guess what the world witnessed was two brothers who have an equal amount of admiration and respect for one another.
Diddy was serving some vodka, someone was drinking something different.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Diddy did not like that at first, and then T.I. stepped in.
Yeah, so relax.
And controlled the situation immediately.
That's my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the first people who actually, of his level of success, who actually reached back and said, hey, man, I think you got what it takes. So, I'm always going to have a huge amount of respect and admiration for Puff.
He's a marketing genius.
Yeah.
He's a marketing. He's selling liquor. I mean, it's amazing to me what this guy has branched out into, and I can't get fucking anything going.
That's a perfect ending, man.
All right, so T.I., thank you very much, man.
All right.
Power and Beauty's the book. What's this nonsense?
It's whatever you like. It's one of T.I.'s big singles.
Yeah. I know. It's
a good song.
Little joke because we just had him in. Now we talk brave. Now we talk brave. That's what we do.
Go ahead. I'm just going to sit here.
I liked him. T.I. was great. At Tip on Twitter. We liked him a lot. He was very honest. Jimmy did a great job of that interview. The book's called Power and Beauty.
Yeah, and I wasn't, and I even told him off the air, I really wasn't bullshitting. I was surprised at the direction it took, and I do want to continue reading it, and I will. If I didn't, I probably wouldn't.
I liked him discussing beefs. That was cool.
I was curious, too, because when I had that thing with the rapper, Artie Fuqua is friends with that rapper, and he was talking to somebody about it while I was there, and we had just smashed each other a little bit, and he goes, no, it wasn't a beef. It wasn't a beef. And I'm like, I didn't know there was a difference. I guess a Twitter beef is a threat of violence.
Or the huge pile in front of E-Rock.
Yeah. No, the two old ladies going, where's the
I can't believe you beat me to the beef joke. That's
Really?
the only reason I brought up beef was to get to
the E-Rock,
my beef slam.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just let it out.
It's too late now. You beat me to it.
No, it doesn't even need a setup.
But that's how I work. I don't care about his beefs. I was just saying that to move to the E-Rock abuse.
Yeah,
you got me.
What is your last name, Stroganoff or something? I got
That's a good one.
That's
a good one.
Yeah. You have to call him if he was jerking around and he had some beef.
Beef jerky?
Fucking thief.
Fucking thief.
Fuck, sucker. I was going to say that.
Couldn't you tell
How'd you
him?
know?
Jimmy, next time, tell him you read 50 pages.
No,
you're
because-
too honest sometimes.
Nope. But I was
20 pages almost is like you didn't read it.
No, I started last night.
But if you told him 50, that sounds good. That's like, wow, man, you're well into my book.
But no, because then if he referenced something 35 or 40 pages
you'd
in,
have been like,
I didn't want to do that.
Ed Norton.
But I also wanted
But
to
then
say,
you go, you know what? I don't want to ruin it for the listener. I know what happened, and you know what happened.
I wanted to make clear the fact that I really did. It did grab me very quickly, and it starts off with a couple of things happening in a row, which like this is not because literally. I thought it was like a teenager's novel. I didn't know what it was, and they fucking couldn't believe they fucked on page 7.
Was it a good fucking?
It wasn't as graphic, but it wasn't mild. It was it was right after the mother died 2 pages ago.
But that's when reading could be fun.
Yeah,
when they could explain a nice sex scene, right, Sam?
I was gonna say that add T.I. to the list of people who didn't pronounce Opie and Anthony correctly.
What do you say?
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow I'll be on
Opie and Andy.
Oh yeah.
Opie and Andy.
Michael K. Williams did that too. It's just such an ingrained
thing. It's a black thing.
Opie and Andy.
That's America.
I got a very recognizable name, but it's also a kid's name. So it's
in the context too of Opie and it's too Anthony is too much like Andy for that, which is kind of what a twisted name that would be for a show.
Opie and Andy.
It's like Opie and Andy. First of all, wouldn't it be Andy and Opie because Andy was the father?
And Opie sucks already, so it's like fuck.
Opie,
And then you have
Andy,
Opie and Andy makes it even worse. Yuck. I'm going to be Greg Hughes from now on.
I don't know.
Starting today?
Why not?
I would try to think of a name, but I can't think of shit.
How about the Chip and The Chip and Opie and Anthony show. Opie Chip and Ant. Opie Chip and Ant.
Hey, let's get back to that fat pig. Jocktober
You're
time.
gonna leave her. They've on their Facebook, they've closed comments except for their own.
Oh,
but people can still comment on
Their comments?
posts. Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Which is what's been happening.
Where are we, Sam? We're doing Jocktober with the B Morning Coffee Club on WBEE in Rochester, New York.
In Rochester, New York, and it's a show that we've looked at many times in the past for Jocktober, and it never gets old.
Yeah, it's
Terry
Good
Clifford,
old Terry Clifford, who looks like Chris Farley's lunch lady character.
along with Steve and Newman, who's just hardcore.
Newman's
he
all right.
looks. And Houseman, he's an
He looks a little
old Rochester
geeky.
radio guy. He's been around forever. He doesn't want to be doing this shit.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, he's doing it,
but he's got paid the bills.
What is he doing in that picture?
He's got
he's
play baseball bat in his hand.
I think he's from Boston originally.
Is it an imaginary bat, like an invisible bat? He's
Well,
just-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Oh,
doing it
yeah.
like if he was. Oh.
Well, what else do you do in a promo shot?
I know,
These assholes
it's
want us to
ridiculous.
take new pictures. I'm like, no.
Nude?
To find a picture that we look cool in and print those up.
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Is-
Put it on new ones.
I would say.
Put
they
Fonzie
want-
jackets on you.
I know, but they want to set up a studio and
No,
light-
no, no,
It's
that's stop it.
stupid because they always come out dumb. Find some natural picture that might work and fucking go with that.
I like an action shot. Like this is a good, actually a good pose for me. I know you can't see it on the radio, but I do this a lot of times when they want do a natural pose. I'll do this.
Oh, wow!
that's
It's like I'm leaning in and pointing. I'm about to address somebody who's
It's like
sitting.
yeah, just like you walked into a room, you pointed at somebody like, "Hey, you! I want to."
Know what I would suggest for SiriusXM? Let's get a little crazy and let's start using the greatest picture ever taken for our publicity shot. And that would be the picture of me, you, and Jimmy with the Iron Sheik pointing and laughing at his piss stain.
Iron Sheik.
How about you just print those up? Because if that's a picture people would love to have,
great one.
and we could certainly autograph. That's our new promo shot right there.
And by the way, my version, I can give you my version. I had Dugal, greatest photo place on earth. And
Erase the
blocked
screens
out,
and stuff?
They blocked out just the Tyra picture in the back.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit clearer.
I'm not even kidding.
I agree.
Use that one. Because that says something. That shows a lot of shit.
Oh yeah.
You got the belt.
Put it up on Facebook so people can see our new publicity shot. Tell Gary to cancel the fucking photo shoot. I found the new picture. Why not? This describes the show.
I do agree.
Fantastic.
Plus, who wouldn't want to wait online and get that signed by Opie and Anthony?
And Iron Sheik at a signing.
And then you go to a wrestling convention and get the Sheiky to sign it.
And you
The
say,
Sheiky.
hey, IS.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a publicity shot for a radio show, there you go. There you fucking go.
And there's piss all over his
There's
pants.
piss, there's laughter, there's Jimmy, I don't know what
Being
he's doing
ginger.
there. You're
Gingerly resting my head. Gentle Jimmy, the ginger boy.
You know they can Photoshop a cock in there. You never want to take a picture with it. Well,
Jimmy,
my
I had
mouth's
to
open.
Photoshop one out.
Oh, my mouth's open, so I'm fucked too.
Your mouth's open.
Son
There's
of
gonna
a
be
bitch.
big dick in there.
Yeah, and Ant's got his hand. Look,
and Ed could be
look at-
jerking off a dick.
yeah.
Yeah, and I could have my head on a wrestling belt. That was Chip
Nah,
Jim.
it's gonna be a dick.
Shit. Cock in my mouth. Fucking Ant jerking one off. And of course, Jimmy just hugging one. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what Jimmy would do.
I would just put my head. I would put my face on the head and just doze off.
Yeah,
It
just
was a
nod
smelly
off.
mushroom, an unclipped mushroom.
I'm serious. Let's use that as our publicity shot.
a
We're the
great
bosses.
shot.
They're not. So tell them this is what we're doing.
It's not, I mean,
And we're going to use
phrase it like
Jimmy's
that.
picture because he raced the TV screens. Perfect. Thank you. Done. Let's move on. Jocktober time.
Ouch.
It's Jocktober.
This is awesome.
A celebration of craptastic radio from around this great nation of ours.
Great. Thank you.
So turn up this turd-tacular radio.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
It's
Yes.
Jocktober.
You guys might be confused, but we did the first half of Jocktober before we became an interview show.
Should ask T.I. about the reality show on VH1. Fuck. I didn't even read. I should read these before.
The hell's
Why would you read that
He
stuff?
talked a suicidal man off the ledge of a building.
Right before you went
What?
to jail.
How do I not read this stuff?
It's right in front of you.
I ain't buying that.
All right, listen.
It's in the news.
We're looking at the B Morning Coffee Club on
Why?
WBEE in Rochester with Terry Clifford.
Oh, yeah.
We don't even need to know the other players because it's all about
Sexy
Terry Clifford.
Terry Clifford.
Oh, boy, is she sexy. Are we done with the lotion bit?
Yeah, unless you want to play the last track of the lotion bit to bring everybody up to
Yeah, I want to
speed.
hear the end of the bit.
We did it already.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah, but
Please.
Jim doesn't remember because he's
Shut up,
distracted
Sam.
by Adewale.
Shut up. I don't see it being 10 o'clock. Shut up. We're not doing the lotion fucking bit anymore.
No, fuck that lotion shit.
Right.
Good bit, though.
Dummy.
What is she holding there?
A flyer for the secret song contest.
I thought it was a menu.
Yeah, that would be appropriate. What a wreck.
Let me see. Turn that a little
She's
bit.
probably the nicest lady in Rochester.
Fattest or nicest?
But who cares?
Exactly. Fat ladies are always nice. The only thing that keeps us from killing them. They make cookies.
She's got a tight perm in every shot.
Oh, wow. That is.
Okay.
We found an even more
Okay,
gruesome
now.
picture of her.
Oh, my God.
She's gruesome in every picture, but there she looks like she's got that disease. Well, when I was born,
giantism.
like giantism.
Giantism of the mouth.
She looks like Andre the Giant
jaw.
face.
Yes, there is an Andre the Giant thing going on.
Would
there.
you?
What, punch her in the face as hard as I could?
Let's slow down. Would you? But
There is no fucking way.
winters get cold up in Rochester.
She's got a name tag on
Would ya?
that says Big Easy.
I wouldn't in the South Pole.
No?
Fuck that. Big Easy. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, you know what that means.
No, I don't.
Fat slut.
Fat slut. She's big and easy.
That's right.
Is that it?
That's right.
What does big and easy mean?
Fat slut.
For real, though, man. The joke was good, and it got a nice laugh. But what does big and easy mean?
I have no idea.
Well,
You really don't?
Big Easy.
No, I mean, I don't have a clue.
It's probably, the
So
town.
she's got
Big
beads
Easy.
on.
Yeah, it's Mardi Gras.
Maybe New
The
Orleans.
Big Easy. It is
Oh,
New
I
Orleans.
see. I see.
But her being big and easy.
Why would you wear something that says big and easy if you're big? Newman talks about a promotion they're doing where they paint pictures against elephants.
Oh, boy. Okay.
What?
The joke writes itself.
You see, the DJ has to paint a picture,
Yeah.
and then the elephant paints a picture, and then the people guess whether it was the DJ or the elephant that painted the picture.
But what if she paints the picture? Then isn't it both? Is that both A and B?
That's where it gets confusing.
See? Because she's fat like an elephant.
I'll pick elephant number 1.
I bet this was complicated for legal to put together.
Yeah.
What is this dumb bit?
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Each of us would do a painting, which I thought it was they wanted one painting from the coffee club.
Yeah.
So we like, Bird, you got this.
Right.
So Bird, being the trooper that she is, she jumped on the grenade for us. She painted the picture that was supposed to go up against the elephant. But Terry painted some like beautiful, like, what was that Happy Trees guy?
Oh, yeah, Bob.
Whatever.
Bob Ross, assholes.
Bob Ross.
And of course she knows how to paint.
Do you know who she looks like? She looks like the fat man in the circus scene of the Elephant Man who was showering in the rain outdoors.
Oh, yeah. Does. Yes.
Bob.
Whatever. She did something like he would do on PBS,
With
right?
polka dots
Yeah, it
and-
was beautiful.
Yeah.
And no way, and you're supposed to pick like which one the elephant painted. So that was a no-brainer. So I drew a line. I said, I'm not doing this. I'm not painting against an elephant. I'm a grown man. I went to college. Next thing you know, I'm going to be wearing a gorilla suit at a grand opening of a used car lot if I say yes to this. So they told me to shut up and paint, and so I did.
Oh, that was it?
That was it.
I was waiting for a big, payoff.
No, that was the story for the air.
He does realize he's already part of the circus, right?
How do you mean?
He's on a lame radio show.
What does he think he's...
Right. He has morals or something?
doing?
Where his radio career is going?
I don't know.
I'm not going to
You're
be
on
in
a
that
show
gorilla
called The
suit.
Coffee Club.
The B Morning Coffee Club.
The B Morning Coffee Club.
It can't get any worse for you.
He's been doing it for years.
Newman's elephant painting story isn't over yet. Oh, lucky us.
And then they got mad at me because I painted. It's too hard to tell between my painting and the elephant's painting. And I said, wasn't that the whole point of the deal?
That is the point.
Have you seen it?
Yeah,
I just saw it.
You know what? And I don't remember yours enough that I could tell. I really can't tell.
Are you kidding?
I can't tell.
Well, first of all, I painted against Asia. Asia clearly is a little This one gets Shirley the elephant. She barely put any work into it.
Come look,
You
Steve.
get Shirley?
That's her
it's all
nickname,
on
Shirley
our
the
website.
elephant.
Shirley's a mess.
So that's nice.
Shirley, this painting is a hot mess. Yours over there, I don't know.
This is and the guy's complaining about not wanting to be the guy that wears the gorilla suit
because people won't take him seriously as a broadcaster.
Right.
Hope you don't look happy.
What?
You don't look happy.
It's horrible.
Well, this seems like it's starting to skate into angry Jocktoberville.
Oh, shit!
And I just
look
don't
at
want to get
this.
there.
No, I'm all right.
Look at this. He's actually a little scared. Got the fear in him a little bit.
Well, I just don't want to get there because then it gets ugly and everybody gets attacked.
I might have the flu. So
This gave you the flu. It
I'm a
was so
bit
bad?
cloudy today.
Oh,
I'm a bit cloudy.
well, you're
No,
still
I don't
doing
know.
better than the morning coffee club.
Well, I thank you for that, Sam. There's not much we could do with this.
No, there's
it's
not
a
much.
dumb radio bit.
There's
It's
not
like,
much. It's not even a bit. There's
and
not,
I hate it because then they'll have the jocks painting and the elephants painting, and then all of a sudden, well, I think the elephant painted that one, and oh my god, it's outrageous because that's actually the jocks painting. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
And then what?
But this isn't even like the setup for that or the conclusion or anything. This is just them talking about painting.
No, it's a dumb bit.
There's just nothing happening.
And if we did the bit, we'd get some like retard kid.
Do the bit.
And then Jimmy would have to paint, and the retard kid would have to paint.
With
and
a paintbrush
now you got a
up
bit.
his asshole.
Right.
There was tongue.
Yeah.
Just dip his tongue in yellow paint. What is that? It's a streak. Oh, good. Thanks.
Nothing would come out because he'd swallow it. Don't. Lemonade. No, it's paint.
Last track here. The elephant painting story ends on major laughs.
So I know
Major
you guys were like
capital letters.
Went to West Point.
thinking, oh, major laugh.
I was trying to do my elephant sound effect. I can't do it though.
What E-Rock? We got to go to break.
That wasn't E-Rock.
See,
That was an elephant
an
impression.
elephant sound. Come on, it's
It's a
E-Rock.
fat joke.
It's just E-Rock.
You think E-Rock changed the most in the last 7 years?
Physically?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not even close, right?
Yeah, there
You
is
mean
no...
on a planetary scale?
Well,
Sorry.
Roland was not as big as he is now.
What are you saying? Say it.
As big as he is now.
Well, you're.
No, Roland was smaller. He used to be smaller
boy.
when he started.
Travis was a little thin, skinny rail.
Yeah, but Travis is still in the process of becoming fat.
Oh, E-Rock's
Yeah.
got something to say.
Travis is still in the same species he was.
E-Rock?
Well, the one who changed the most isn't here anymore, but Roland,
Oh,
I
Steve
think
C.
more than myself. I can show you photos from when he started to now, and it's a huge difference.
Yes, I've had my penis removed. I've changed a lot.
This is dangerous territory with Roland, but let me see the picture of what he looked like when he first started with us.
Let's see if I can find some.
I'll send one over. Hang on.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's the final track of the B Morning Coffee Club from Rochester.
Since it's like people think the elephant did mine.
Right about the elephant.
So nobody's winning the circus tickets. So when you do yours,
And I got to do mine today. Yeah.
do something obviously done by a human and save yourself the lecture.
I got to do a landscape, like the ocean with a boat and the sun.
Nantucket.
B Morning Coffee Club with Terry, Steve, and Newman. Bring the B to work. Take control of the office radio.
Oh, my God. Why would you want to take control of the office radio?
The office radio. They're throwing pens at you, stapling your head.
Why would you listen to that when you can listen to weed?
This sucks.
Dummies.
What could they have been listening to before where this would be considered a good...
Yeah, a good show. Like
Cancer farts.
You took control of the office. Wow, the one with Borat is...
Okay, so this is Roland when he was working for us. That was like towards the beginning of his time with us.
I remember that. It's when Borat was in, yeah.
Let me see.
Very nice.
And he's changed. Who's changed more, him or Eric Nagel?
I'm not getting involved.
Oh, shit.
Well, you asked the question.
You did ask it, Opie.
I just want to see a picture, that's all.
Shit.
He tapped out twice and...
Well, what are you going to do?
Opie, how are you going to bring Fez into this conversation?
I've left Fez alone. I love the Fez.
Who doesn't? I'm not saying that.
Big fan of the Fez.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, who do you think's changed the most?
Oh, good question.
E-Rock.
You think E-Rock?
E-Rock? Mm-hmm. E to the R.
E-Rock's trying to send me a picture, but he just can't
Is
get
this
it.
cock?
I hope it's not. If it is, E-Rock, you've really wasted my time.
Wow, you wouldn't want an E-Rock cock pick?
Well, I mean...
Seen it so many times in person.
Yeah.
Who do you think has the biggest dick on staff?
The biggest penis on staff.
I would guess Anthony.
Who is the biggest
Oh, yeah.
dick on staff? That's what I want.
I didn't know talent was included in the contest.
It's not. I would guess Ant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Who else is
Just accept your award.
I'm accepting my award.
Might be Sam, though. Sam's real skinny with big, dumb, long fingers.
Yeah, his big, dumb, long fingers.
Sam, you got a
Probably
big
give away
piece?
the-
How
It's
big is your
fine.
dick? What, you over 7?
I wouldn't say that.
And when was the last time Mother saw it?
Oh.
Many years ago.
How do you know?
Cleaned it in the
I
tub.
mean, how do I know? I don't live with
Oh,
her.
yeah.
I would know if
She just washes him like big boy Bubby.
I love that stupid scene.
Troy
washing him.
is very confident,
Oh, yeah, Troy might have an 8.
and he fucks a lot of broads.
So that's all right. But then his high hair might make up for his small genitals. What do you got, Eric?
Eric, when do you think...
Eric's a heavy on the ball area, I think. We've seen him in his boxer
right.
briefs many
Jesus
times.
Yeah.
And I think he's
Christ. He has
very
big
heavy
balls?
in the testicle area.
Are you heavy in the testicle?
You get heavy
area,
balls?
That I am.
Big ball, Eric.
Big, heavy balls.
Wrecking
balls.
Snaggle.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about the shaft, but I definitely think he's got a nice set of balls.
The chicks would probably think they're in for a giant dick, and they see it's all ball. They're like, oh,
Ball
fudge.
bag.
Oh, nerds.
E-Rock goes, ooh, fudge.
When did Mother see your penis for the last time?
It was when I was a small baby.
How do you know?
No.
You had that
Hey.
circumcision at 24.
What about your operation?
At
She wasn't
24, was
in
it?
there. She didn't perform the surgery.
Well, she probably wanted to see what it looked like
She
when
probably
it was done.
changed the
make sure.
bandages for you.
She didn't.
Ah, that's true.
No, it's not true.
She was paying for it.
She was blowing on it like soup.
Well, it was warm.
God damn.
Did she change the dressing?
No, she didn't change any dressing. The bandage dissolved in the tub, and that was it.
Was there a drain put in it to
No, what?
so the pus would drain?
No, how long do you think the bandage?
How long did
stays
your
on
dick hurt for?
Oh, my dick hurt for. It hurt for like 3 or 4 days.
How
but
bad
then
was it that night?
It was very sensitive for like.
Did Mother ice it
2
down?
weeks. No, Mother didn't do anything.
Can we do a quick call to Mother today?
You really have to fill till 10, don't you?
Well,
of course you can.
I looked at the one sheet. I don't like anything else on the sheet today.
Yes, you
So
can-
how about $20 a man? We have to figure out the last time Mother saw Sam's penis.
All right.
I'm going to guess there was a thing in high school where she walked into the bathroom not realizing, quote unquote, that Sam was in there because the steam billowing out didn't hint. And he was standing there.
I'm going to go with 12 years old. I'm
12, you think?
I'm going
When he was
high.
popping that quarter off of his ankle.
I was like, look at this dick.
His shorts were, his short leg was open and his dick fell out.
I'm going to guess early. I'm going to guess after the surgery.
As a packing 12-year-old. Well, the surgery was. I was out of high school.
I know that, but after the surgery, I want to say Sam was helicoptering it in his kitchen, showing off.
It could have been it could have been a by accident. Peak. That's why I'm saying 12.
Well, it's not a peak.
Maybe some pajama bottoms that had the fly open a little too much,
and then it just comes flopping.
I'm
out.
going 12, Jim.
24.
24. You doubled his.
You don't even want to play, do you?
Oh yes.
And
I wasn't even living at home at 24.
I think I could win this by saying.
I know you could say like 3 or something, but
Yeah, well, I can't go over. We're playing Price is Right rules.
Why would you go over 24? That's way too old.
I know.
I was living in my own apartment.
Well,
it could go 11 though.
I could go 11.
Oh no, 11 would be bad.
Came
11's
over for
over.
dinner and it just
No.
fell out at the table?
I'm going to say you were 7 years old.
7.
7 years old. Mother saw your penis.
Okay, so you said 7. Opie said 12, and Jim said 24. I'm going to go. I'll probably go younger.
Yay.
Than all.
Oh, you're playing, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a distinct memory of it, but
now that
I'll say I'll go 6 and be the lowest.
Yeah, but that's just dumb.
How's it dumb?
Because it's not playing the game.
All right, so
it's
5.
not the spirit of the game. Now you're just trying to win.
No.
5 then.
That's fair. All right, let's get Mother on the phone.
Where's Mother?
Where is this bitch?
Mother, blood.
She'll probably be psyched.
Huh?
Why?
She'll probably be psyched to hear from you guys.
No.
Oh, I'm sure.
She's psyched to hear herself on the radio.
Well,
Boy,
apple doesn't fall far.
No shit. We're just waiting.
Yeah, we really are just tired today.
The show's been good.
I'm sleepy.
It's been great. 2 great interviews. Sandwich in between Jocktober.
I just feel like shit.
Let's not forget talking about Star Wars at the top of the show. People forget how much stuff goes on.
I don't.
You don't?
I just don't pay attention.
Well, then that's forgetting.
I don't think Mother is alive. She's not picking up.
She's probably alive.
She's probably at a Red Hat Club wherever they are.
Oh, that society she belongs to.
Society.
Yeah.
She's not in a hat.
Right now they're in a centipede like daisy chain, like the movie.
Yes, Human Centipede. You saw that, Jimmy?
No.
It's pretty funny.
But I know what it is.
Yes.
Eric sent me 6 pictures of Roland. I want to know why Eric has so many pictures of Roland stored up.
Because they queer off together.
Oh, jack off material. It's in a folder. J.O. pics.
That's right.
He just jerks off the Roland
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
Mother? Mother?
Hello.
Oh,
Hi, Mother.
Hi, Mom.
Ready with the music? They haven't even done anything yet.
Mother.
No, Sam's mom is all our moms.
This is really unfair because I wasn't listening to the show.
That's
and I
good.
don't know what we're going to talk about.
No, it's
okay.
very easy and it's very quick. We don't have to waste your time today because we know you got things to do.
Although they will waste your time because it's 35 minutes to 10.
All right, look, we're having a slow show, so we're hoping you can pump it up a little bit there, Mother. Mother, we got a question for you today about your young Sam.
No kidding. Okay, let's see. What is it?
And I want you to be honest now.
Okay.
And give it some thought.
Really, we don't want you to answer right away, like because you might have forgot something. So
Right.
we really want you to sit back for a moment and really think about it. Make sure your answer is correct. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds like a good one.
Oh, yeah.
We want to know, Mother.
And there's money on the table.
Yeah,
When was the
we've
last
bet.
time you saw Sam's penis? Don't answer. Like, really think it over. There might have been a vacation.
A vacation? What do you think happens on vacation?
Well, even an accidental walk into a room.
Yeah, we're not talking about the last time he changed his diaper and all that crap.
Yeah,
You might have accidentally saw it, but you know what I mean?
Maybe
I mean,
he had his
doesn't even
shorts
know.
on. We were saying his shorts are on. He's sitting Indian style on the floor. And yes.
Calling
hello?
someone else.
And you see up his pant leg and be like, you turn your head quick, but you saw it, you know?
Yes.
Or maybe he was older and you just walked in the room accidentally. You didn't realize he was in there.
Exactly.
I have absolutely nothing for you guys today.
'Cause it's been so-
Such a boring call.
Well,
Why?
No, we just need an answer. You got to have an answer to the question.
The last time I recall,
Okay.
he was like, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7, something like that. Like in the bath. Listen, I don't go around looking
6
for
or
this
7?
stuff. And let me ask you one thing.
Thank
How
you.
on earth does the subject of the show come around to Sam's penis?
Oh, no.
It's how we started today. That's what we were all thinking. I mentioned Sam's penis.
Look,
and Open Ant looked at me and went, "Oh my God, I was just about to say that."
We're kind of bummed we had to do 2 big interviews today because we wanted 4 hours about Sam's penis.
Yeah.
I'm not. She's not sure though, Ann. Come on.
She's sure.
She
you
said
guys
6 or
both
7.
owe Aunt
$6 or
$20.
$7.
Said, I'm fucking
But
I'm rolling.
It had to be some. I've never caught a glimpse of it. He always keeps
weird.
it under control.
Wow, because
I keep it
know what
covered
that
with
means.
clothing.
She's bummed that you keep it under control.
What do you mean bummed?
She said it, not me, Sam.
She didn't say I'm bummed.
Well, I can read between the lines.
You obviously can't.
She says that you keep it under control. That means she's looking and hoping that it slips.
That's not what that means.
She's just curious. She made you. She wants to see what she made.
You have a very strange idea of mother-son relationships.
Look, my son is 18 months old, and I already know he's got a big piece.
He's a nice one?
I'm not
Oh, well, you
saying
didn't ask me
what.
that.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I'm reading between the lines.
Does Sam
Opie.
have
It
a
sounds
nice-
like you'd think your son's penis is nice.
Nice one.
does Sam have a nice piece?
I think he's probably quite well endowed.
Oh,
really?
This isn't too fucking uncomfortable.
No, I'm filling up.
Oh, God.
Why would you say he's well endowed?
Because you asked is why she would say that.
But she has an answer to it, though. I love.
Why
this.
would you say that?
Why would you say
it's
that?
more girthy or length?
I've never heard any complaints from girlfriends or anything.
Why would they talk to you
talk to you
about
about
it?
Sam's penis in its turgid state?
Just in a totally normal thing, like, when you were giving him a bath, did you ever think like, oh wow, he's gonna have a good life?
Why would you think that?
Why not?
No, I did not ever think that.
Oh wow.
And mother, why didn't you
my
get him
God.
circumcised at a normal age? Why did he have to wait till he was 24?
He wasn't 24.
Oh,
Well, it really was not a decision that I made. It was just his dad said there's no reason that he should be circumcised.
And he's the one who controls the penises in the family.
I guess, yes, that's right.
he controls the penises.
That's right. Until
Really?
we're 18, those penises are his.
So you imagine that Sam is well endowed.
She's
This
just
is
saying that
probably
because
the weirdest conversation I've ever had, and I cannot even imagine how many people are listening to it.
Not many today.
a good amount. We had T.I. on.
We did have T.I. on, though.
And Adewale.
Yeah, our show is very ethnic today.
Yeah, you'd
Very
be, still
ethnic show.
You'd be proud.
It still is. Yeah, we're still on our ethnic segments.
Yes.
With young Sam.
Why don't you talk to her like a human being instead of just bringing up these horrible questions?
That is
Relax.
true. When was the last time you went to the women's club?
Jesus.
How was the women's club?
It's fine. I was over there about 10 days ago.
Oh, what'd you guys discuss?
Do you hear them stretching? Do you hear them trying to get content?
Hey, this is what we do. The old women's club there.
You never know. All of a sudden, we're going to hit on
it.
something, Sam.
I know how
Sit
this show
back and
works.
learn.
This is what it is. This is like when the car's going, and you're just waiting for.
We're going to get something out of this. You watch.
Sure. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what did you talk about 10 days ago? Sam
Yeah.
just challenged us. Now watch what we do. You better sit down, Sam. This is going to get ugly.
So what
did you discuss 10 days ago?
Yeah, at the women's club that you belong to.
We had an art quilter come in to give us a demonstration.
An art quilter?
An art quilter.
Oh, why'd you say
So this guy is a guy?
No, it's a woman.
Oh, thank God.
Of course it's a woman.
Yeah, it's a woman.
They love women at this club.
I guess that'd be the next logical step, wouldn't it?
Yes, it
So
would.
this woman comes in and she teaches you how to quilt.
Is she a young lady?
No.
Of course not.
Did she teach you how to make different things out of quilts? Like how to make
Showed us how she
no.
Little penis
photographed
helmet.
a quilt fist?
I was thinking a little cute quilt hat for your penis.
I'm very interested in this now. You learned
sorry.
how to. What did you learn as far as quilts go?
We learned how she takes photographs and transfers them to disposable paper and uses that on top of quilted material and uses fabric to make the picture and then uses a quilting stitch over
So
it.
how long do we have to wait for your giant Sam face quilt? Obsessed mother.
Wait,
How dare you?
does it actually? I'm
How
actually
dare
interested
you.
in this now. I want to get
I
my
didn't
pic.
even think of that.
no.
That's a good idea.
Oh no.
Does it actually look like the picture? Because I have some photos I want to get
Okay.
made into
What is
quilts.
it? The big shit in the bottom of the toilet quilt or the Jim's turgid penis quilt?
I think I should ask her about that.
No, but I
Yeah.
want to know. Like, does it actually look like the photo once the quilt is done?
Oh, that's a good question, Jimmy. See it, Sam?
Yes, absolutely.
Great question.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can recognize the photo. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds good then. I'd jump all over that.
It's like one of those
Not the
cakes that
penis.
carve out.
Would you ever
Yes.
quilt like just penises?
Why would you?
Like a quilt of penises?
That is not
like
a good
the penis
question.
quilt. Why? Just a whole different. It would be a wonderful art project. A bunch of
would
different
be.
penises,
Doesn't make any
and then
sense.
you make it into one big quilt, Sam.
All
Why
the
would-
girls down there at the club could all chuckle while they're grabbing the quilt pieces and sew them together.
What was it? The AIDS quilt?
We need a different
Yeah.
group.
It said the AIDS quilt there. Look, I got a project for you ladies at this club. You all go home and you quilt a penis, and then you connect it to everyone else's, and you make the penis quilt. It's so weird.
I don't think I can even ask these ladies to do that.
But
they're all older
But did you
ladies,
hear what
and
she
I don't-
said there,
I don't
Sam?
know.
What?
She's open to the idea, but
Yeah,
she's with the wrong group of ladies.
I'm
She's
very
the kid in the
disturbed
group.
that this concept of penis quilt even comes up in your head.
Look, man, you said we had a stretch, so watch what we do.
So we're going to do penis
Yeah.
quilts.
We're doing penis quilts.
Well, anyway, all right. She talked about the quilting and stuff, and that was all you did. You just got together there. You had your little
Then we had like tea and sandwiches after.
tea and sandwiches,
like ladies
Yeah,
do.
uh-huh.
Wow, very ladylike. And what were you girls cackling about during the coffee?
What he said with disdain.
They have to cackle about things. Do you talk about Sam all the time to the girls? And do they just hate it?
I do
Right?
not.
Enough about your dumb
However, I
son.
was discussing him yesterday with a guy at the post office.
Oh, that's your
Hopefully
in.
about future employment.
That's your in, though. I like it. Start by talking about your son. Mhm.
Wait, this guy just looked at me and he said, "You're Sam Roberts' mom?"
Whoa. That is pretty cool, though.
I listen to you guys all the time.
He pulled out a weapon and killed all of his coworkers.
Yeah, they mailed a bunch of letters or something.
Okay. Yep, and they
Oh, yeah.
wanted me to bring them an autographed picture of Sam.
Wow.
Hear how she said that?
Of
Not you guys.
Sam.
Of Sam.
Yes.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't accept an autograph from you guys.
We
just
need
from
shit
me.
show promo pictures.
Yeah, I know. I'll do that. I'll take your picture assignment that you guys won't take. You guys use the Iron Sheik picture, and I'll use the studio space.
We are using the Iron Sheik picture. You watch. You watch how they start using that one. All right. Well, I think we got to get Sam's mom in a different club.
What kind of club?
She's a little. She's
too young for this.
Yeah,
old,
she's too
old
young,
lady
and
quilting crap.
she's still wild. She's got a
Well,
wild streak in her.
young and
You
hip.
think so?
And she's sitting
Yep.
around drinking tea and eating shitty sandwiches with ladies waiting to
Yeah.
die.
Bunch of side
That's not
queens.
your mom, Sam. That's not your mom.
You're right.
She needs a hobby. What do you like to do, Sam's mom?
Well, you mean other than talk about Sam?
Yes. Do you like to rock climb or any of that crap?
Yeah, she's a rock
No,
climber.
no, I don't like to rock climb. I don't like heights.
But you don't want to be with these women eating dumb sandwiches and drinking tea, right? Oh, shit, I'm
Another
sick.
thing I like to do, I have a small group that I see, and we're sort of into like memoir writing.
Swinging? What?
Scat.
Scat. Into what type of writing?
Memoir writing.
So you write your memoirs?
Memoir.
Memoir.
well,
What's
yeah,
memoir?
mhm.
That's how you pronounce it.
Oh, I always go memoirs.
Memoir.
I'm into memoirs.
So you
Memoir.
you write those.
Yeah.
How dull are those? I mean, yours is probably very exciting. You
Yes.
gave birth to the unbelievable
No, no.
talent that is Sam Roberts.
No, one of the
that.
ladies that is working on stuff actually is she was a hippie in the 60s and
Got
was
fucked up
living
again.
in Haight-Ashbury during the whole Janis Joplin.
Oh, the Summer of Love.
Yeah, and she's got, she's written about like walking down the street on her way to a Janis Joplin concert while she
And tripping over her own pubic hair, by the way, because they used to keep it long back then.
That long?
Mrs. Roberts.
Yeah, they were very hairy.
They kept
back
it
then.
very long back then.
Yeah.
Now you must have groomed yourself.
Oh, did we find an opening?
Hey, Sam.
Yes, I just want to see what's over it.
You should have just kept your mouth shut.
Oh,
This was supposed to be
no.
a 1-minute phone call, Sam.
Oh,
Smart
Sam
aleck.
had to challenge us.
That's right.
Oh, hey, that reminds me. How come nobody's jumping all over this Andy Sandberg thing of taking Sam's, like one-question interview with a guest we couldn't get?
Who?
Andy Samberg.
Oh, yeah, I heard SNL stole the bit.
He did a similar bit on SNL. It wasn't nearly as funny.
I think there's some people at SNL. At this point, I'm convinced we got some people at SNL that listen to the show. She's right about this one. It's similar, right, Sam?
Yeah, except less funny.
Yeah, I don't think he's that funny, to be honest with you.
He was on the show once and only once.
Yeah, he sucked on our show.
Did he?
Yeah, he really did. He was a bore.
But Sam's pretty funny.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we know. We
the
know.
constant The constant
It's
fucking.
it's the only reason she deals with our nonsense, so she can get more Sam is funny
Sure.
shit out there.
What is the
I
next?
enjoy talking to you guys. Why would you think?
Where were you at with this?
I was going with the pubic hair, and if
Oh,
she,
right.
shaved it down back in the 70s.
What type of a question is that to ask a lady?
But they didn't.
Do you keep it wild
I
now?
didn't hear what was going on in the show this morning. I wasn't going to tell you because I was in the shower.
Oh my God. She must be drunk.
During a conversation with you guys, it became like, a Twitter sensation or something.
Well, because you really did tell an extremely hot story, Mrs. Roberts.
That's right.
With the steam and the shower and the soaping up.
Yeah, that whole thing that Anthony did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got this.
Watch me like that.
Andy
So,
Samberg thing.
well, it's a good question though. Ant was kind of curious about the maintenance.
Yeah, the maintenance back in the day.
Can we guess what age you gave up on the maintenance?
Don't say yes.
What?
Don't say no. Don't say a number.
What?
Just don't even.
What are you, the attorney?
What
don't
happened?
even come
Exactly.
close.
What? Just because you already know, maybe we'd like to.
Oh, gee.
Wait, what happened, Sam?
I'm just saying.
Who farted?
I would assume Jim.
Wasn't me.
I really didn't.
That might be my food pocket acting.
Oh,
Ew! Your breath on the mic.
Jesus.
Fart breath.
All right, where are we at?
We're talking about Mrs. Roberts' grooming habits back in the day. When did you start cleaning up the area a little bit? Because everybody does it, right?
Don't give a number.
What?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Good
Yeah,
one.
but
Perfect.
you did start like cleaning up a bit.
Trimming
Don't
up.
say yes or no.
Because it was getting crazy, but no one cared back in the day.
I'm just looking at the clock. Is it really only 9:40?
Yep.
Jesus Christ!
They're in this together, these Roberts.
I would have
Look at
thought it was
this.
at least like 10 to.
I was really hoping 52 at this point.
Yeah.
no.
What's the shortest you'd say that you trimmed it?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, but you don't have to answer.
Well, you don't have to, but you should.
But you shouldn't.
Well,
it's
either that
like-
or Sam gets fired.
like
It's
I
up to
have
you.
Yes, because there wouldn't be a wrongful termination lawsuit involved in that.
Not at all. But at least you'd have to answer. You'd have to present photographic evidence.
Yeah. They'd ask her in court.
Yes. What is in your pants? So would you say Anthony's question was when did you start to kind of maintain the area?
Clean it up.
She don't
My
remember.
answer? I can't remember.
We're keeping it highbrow, Mrs.
Well, you're
Roberts.
like Ronald
really
Reagan.
I know what she's
Iran Contra hearings.
I know what she's saying.
Yeah.
It's just it's been bare for a long time.
Really? You thinking wood floor?
Yep.
Are you sporting the Jean-Benet Ramsey?
We need you to take your phone.
No, don't do that.
Oh, geez.
We don't do this game anymore.
How about we ask her, Sam? She's an adult.
That's right.
Mrs. Roberts,
Yeah.
listen to Jimmy.
It's time to play. It's time to play.
That's right.
We're thinking about
It's time
bringing
to
back an
play.
old
Hey,
bit.
guess what's in your pants?
And we're thinking you might be the perfect person to bring back this
I
fine
know
bit.
that old bit.
Yeah.
She's aware of your games.
Oh, yeah, I heard that old bit before. Mm-hmm.
Did it make you chuckle?
Not going to happen, guys.
Just rub it on the dog.
Not going to happen.
Just rub it on the dog.
Just avoid this whole thing.
Oh, Sam.
Rub it on the dog.
These two, there's something like Oedipal going on here with
It's
these
not
two. though.
Oedipal, it's just that we're
No,
both in
it
enemy
is.
territory.
No, you very, very, you take care of each other in a way that is a
Did you
little
say edible?
uncomfortable. Not edible.
Oh, because E-Rock looked up from the board.
Oedipal.
Need to get my fat joke in today.
An Oedipus complex. That's where you
Look,
steal
Anthony-
records from fucking the
With a
station.
wig.
With a horrible wig.
With Terry Clifford's wig. That's way too inside. E-Rock, go ahead.
That's not going to happen.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you playing this?
Wow. I haven't heard
It's
this
going
in
to be
a
a
while.
letdown.
It's time to play.
Oh,
It's time to play. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants?
Good song.
Place the receiver.
Right.
Upon your beaver. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants? It's time to guess what's in my pants. My pants.
All right,
All
Mrs.
right, you know how to
Roberts.
play
We got
this?
Mrs. Roberts on the phone. You know how the game is played.
Don't let them bully you into
What we
anything.
do is
We're assuming your pants are down at this
Yes,
point.
yeah, of course they are.
Yes.
What we do now? You take the phone, right? You rub the receiver.
Prop one foot up on the sofa first.
Yeah. You rub the receiver of the phone on your most intimate of areas, and we will judge just by the sound alone what type of hairstyle you're sporting in that area. The choices are, of course, a full triangle.
Yep.
The landing strip, the Hitler mustache, and the wood floor, or the, as I like to call it, the toddler in tiaras.
Although taking into account that not typically our age demo, the Ted Kaczynski is also an option.
Oh, wow. Yes, that is true.
And don't cheat and rub the phone on Sam's father's mustache.
Yes, we'll hear it.
We'll know.
Yes.
Don't do it, because we'll know.
We'll know.
It would be a funny bit if you said, "Okay, here I go," and then click.
Oh,
hung
no,
up the
that would
phone.
be fun. That would be fine
funny.
for you.
That would be funny.
But this is we still have about 16 minutes of a show left here, Mr. Roberts.
Talk about Raw last night.
Well, no, I don't think so. I'd rather rub something raw right now.
Whoa,
with the phone.
hey, see
Well,
what
you
we
don't
do?
know.
Well, I
Well,
don't
let's
know
go.
either.
Sam's
All
mom, we're ready.
All right, Mrs. Roberts, if you
Did
would
the setup
please rub
perfectly.
the phone.
Don't do it.
So we could listen. So let's listen in. Shh.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, am I still on?
Yes,
I don't know why, but you are.
Yes, just
Oh.
give it a quick rub with the phone.
Don't do it. Do not.
You know what? Didn't I tell you guys I already knew this bit and it wasn't going to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's wood floor.
Yep.
Did you not believe me when I said that?
She's a woman of principle.
That's wood floor.
Yeah, give it a shot.
No, don't give it a shot.
Just for the goof.
We're all adults here.
Do you have the flying V?
It's not a goof. It's not funny. It's scarring.
Well, we could do do the queef bit then, I guess.
She doesn't do bits.
What?
She doesn't do bits. She's not one of your floozies you have call up this show.
She could do shtick.
Yeah, that's
She doesn't
right.
do bits. She could do some shtick.
She doesn't do shtick either.
I
How
don't
about
think
a
she's
skit?
a floozy at all. I think she's an intelligent
Sketch?
woman.
She went to a sketch.
Yes.
Yeah, she's not one of these,
loosey goosey.
It's not a burp, it's not a fart, it's not too sweet, it's not too tart. It's 6 o'clock, it's time for a queef.
Right at the right time.
Blow out the candles, make a wish.
somewhere.
It's like a fart, but smells like fish. It's 6 o'clock, it's time for a queef. Undo your pants, let them drop to the floor. Tense up and let yourself roar. Queef.
All right. Now we're talking. We
Mrs.
found
Roberts,
a game
we
for
got
you,
you on the
Mrs.
phone.
Roberts.
It's time for the queef.
The guy who sings that song doesn't even work here anymore.
What?
Right, and the guy interrupting isn't going to be for long.
And Troy could quickly 9:45 in the middle of the song. and
Yes,
we're good.
Mrs. Roberts, it is now time. Do you know what a queef is?
Sure.
Mrs. Roberts.
Hey, let me change the subject here.
No, wait.
For a second.
That's a fair question, Ann asked.
You do know.
Do you know what a queef
Do you know
is?
what a queef is?
Not a clue, you guys. Not a clue.
Oh, well.
Well, sometimes air.
And
Yeah.
I will tell you one time that I had this really embarrassing thing I had to do.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This could go anywhere.
boy.
Was it at a black fraternity?
You guys do not remember this because you're youngsters.
Yeah.
But back in the 70s,
Yeah.
Sam's dad and I lived in Australia.
Oh,
and we
boy.
lived that time in this small sort of farm town called Adelaide.
Just let me say
All right, hold on.
3 words. Aborigine gangbang.
No.
No shit.
No.
I'm thinking a little summer of love.
Summer love.
And you better keep in mind, I'm still listening.
Wife swap.
Yeah.
Fat Eskimo fingers.
A little south of the equator. South of the
Sam, are you the
equator.
only one
At a
listening?
nudist colony.
Yeah, nudist colony. All right, so
No, but
70s.
With freckled penises because where they were living.
On Denver popularity and everything.
What? What happened? I
On
missed
one
something.
of his album covers, he wore a T-shirt that on the front said, "Be kind to animals," and on the back it said, "Kiss a beaver."
Whoa! Okay, now we're talking.
All right.
I thought that would really be a fun thing to get for Sam's dad for, like, Christmas or something.
It would bring back memories, right?
Does he do that a lot?
So, anyway, so I started looking for one, and of course they didn't exist. So I found this company some way that made T-shirts.
Oh, my God. Your mother's selling T-shirts, too, now? Jesus. Everyone's into the act.
Listen, it's
Oh, yes.
fantastic
Sorry.
for college kids. who were doing these one-off T-shirts. So I brought them a copy of the album and told them that I wanted this T-shirt. And they looked at it, and there were like 4 or 5 of them, and they gathered around. And they went, "Oh, okay, yeah, of course, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, okay, but yeah, if you want it." And they're just looking at each other.
Be more funny.
Shirt, right? They said,
boring.
No, you don't get it. So I had to explain to them.
This is going great.
It's an American slang.
Yeah. They didn't get that it was American, right?
Yes.
So anyway, I had to explain to them what a beaver was. And
Keep fucking that chicken.
Oh, excuse our ignorance.
Good evening.
But I did get the T-shirt. To me, that was embarrassing to have to do.
I know. It sounds embarrassing.
Okay.
And it would be better.
Hamburger.
That's what I can do for you guys.
That was good. I like that
So
one.
you're in Australia.
No.
It's the 70s.
Yeah. She told the story.
What is it?
That is an embarrassing
okay.
thing. But you guys didn't let her talk because of your smart Alex sound machines.
Oh, we heard it.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Where's the wiffle
Time
ball
is it
bat?
now?
Oh, do we have the wiffle ball
Where's
bat?
the wiffle ball bat?
It's 9:50. You're doing well.
She's not here. Well, damn. Okay.
She's doing very well.
That's a quick 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like pulling fucking teeth.
We burnt 10 minutes right there.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of bottle rockets?
You know what? That story does not involve Sam.
We're thinking about bringing back our bottle rocket bit.
You can't even do it anymore.
Yeah, we can.
Just not on the show. You do it in real life.
Oh, you just do it for fun.
Just on the street.
Aim it the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That would hurt.
So, Ms. Roberts.
Well, I'm very
Ms. Roberts.
disappointed in your appearance today. You're really not giving us much. I know you want to blame us, but you're really not helping us along today.
That is true.
We've given you a lot of opportunities to
you don't
participate
need
in
to-
our fine radio show today, and you really have just fallen flat with every topic we brought up today, Mrs.
It
Roberts.
usually takes the tiniest thing, and you guys can run with it. I don't know what your problem is.
We went with. Whoa! We went with penis quilts. We went with what's in your pants. We tried with the queef.
Yeah.
Hey, what can I say? You didn't do anything with any of
By the
that.
way, we didn't explain what a queef is.
Yeah, you want to know what a queef is?
Not really, but you
Well,
can
you got to learn things.
This is disgusting.
A queef.
Okay, I'm learning.
Okay, you know what like passing wind is, right?
Keep it nice, Aunt.
From the
That's a
hiney,
good idea, yeah.
from the hiney.
You know the hiney fart?
Yeah.
Tiny fart?
Okay, I think I've learned as much as I need to know.
No.
Well, sometimes air gets trapped other places, Mrs. Roberts.
It's true. It's when
Oh my God, she's laughing.
It's when a vagina burps like Booger in Revenge of the Nerds.
Okay, well, I needed to learn that.
Wait, you really didn't know about that?
Well, now that you bring it up, I have heard you guys talk about it before.
She's a Christian woman.
You guys
But
are
I
Christians.
never thought you'd bring it up
Baptist.
to me. Thanks a lot.
Have you ever experienced one?
Has it ever happened?
No reason to
Well, that's-
answer.
Maybe when the woman came over to teach the club yoga or something.
Bunch of old ladies
just
backward facing dog queefing.
bending in certain ways. It's just sucking up air like a supercharger.
I don't think so, guys. I don't.
No, huh?
Yeah. Hey, did some of the ladies at the club have awful farts?
They must.
Not that I'm aware of.
You've
I don't
never
think-
smelled a fart from one of those old broads?
You know what the fucking bathroom must be in that place
Oh,
after
horrendous.
the coffee?
Ugh.
After they all have their coffee?
You know how many times they've had to say, "Oh, I think Helen shit herself again." Helen's getting dementia and she shits herself once in a while, and they have to change her on the quilt.
Duties fall out of her pantsuit onto the floor.
Yeah.
Nice coffee dump.
Yeah, Helen always wears pantsuits and will always shit down the back of her ankle. Helen's a fucking burden, but they can't throw her out.
I'm kind of mad that Sam's mom is in this place, Sam. You don't care enough about your mom.
It's not an old folks' home. She doesn't
She
live
said
there.
it was.
Sounds
She
like
said
it.
that a lot of the members of this club are a bit on the older side,
It's
and
a
your mom
club.
is young.
It's a club you just go to. You don't get sent there.
She doesn't want to go there, but there's nothing else going on. You got to help her find a hobby and a better place to be.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. Ask your mom.
Mom, what do you want? You want me to help you find a hobby?
No, because now, thanks to you guys in this show, I have to find a new post office because now the guy down there knows me, and he will have heard this conversation today, and I don't even want to face him again.
See what you do to people?
Are you afraid that he'll see the packages you're receiving? They're all shaped like the same thing. Which is what? A cookie, like a giant thing of cookie dough.
Maybe your mom wants to go skydiving, Sam.
Do you want to go skydiving? You just said you're afraid
skydiving's very popular these days.
She just said she's afraid of heights.
There's a viral video out there that I think we could show her.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Sam's mom, what do you want to do?
I kind of want to hang up on this call.
I know, I understand that, but in the end, we turn around and make it nice and positive. We got to get you out of the old ladies'
Since
club.
when?
We've always left on an up note with your mom.
You have
always.
not. Last time you played the sound effect of Mel Gibson saying the C word and ended the show.
That is true, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think we were supposed to play this one.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
And someone made a mistake. It happens, Sam.
You. Not someone.
No, somebody.
You.
Somebody. Sam's mom, what are we going to do?
Oh, are you still looking for something to do?
Well,
for you.
They want to find you a new hobby so you don't have to hang out with...
I need you guys, you know.
You don't want to be quilting. I've been to your house. We've had fun. I see it in your eyes. You don't want to be quilting with old ladies.
No.
You
You're
don't
a
care about
go-getter.
that guy and his artistic quilting crap.
You're a go-getter youngster.
That's right. You're
I
young.
was in artistic quilting class.
You didn't come home and talk to your old man about it.
Let me ask you, when Helen stands up, does
Here we
everybody
go.
smell her seat as a joke?
Helen.
No,
Helen.
no, absolutely
And they
not.
have to talk in ways like, Helen lost her bowels again.
Yes. Yeah.
She lost her bowels.
Helen's so fucking got so much dementia she doesn't realize, but she actually zips her pubes up, and they're always sticking out of the front of her pants.
The pantsuit.
Yeah. She zips her pubes
you
up in
would
them.
feel that. How much dementia could one
she just thinks it's a corsage.
Helen just doesn't know.
Poor
That's
Helen.
terrible. Her zipper looks like a Venus flytrap.
And when are we getting more like treats? We've been very good lately.
No, you haven't. What would motivate her to do that?
Exactly.
We've been very, very respectable here, Sam.
No, you haven't.
We absolutely have.
You done
We
nothing.
haven't said the C word once today.
Enough with.
What?
If you guys want some treats, I need a lot more praise than you're coming up with.
Well, we had Paul. We don't even know Paul, and his mom out of nowhere freaking does the key lime pies for us.
Yeah, with store-bought crust. Why don't you just get Hostess?
I don't care. I didn't taste your mom's.
It's because you say nasty things to my mom.
That means Paul's mom wins in the baking competition that we did.
No, she doesn't, because you don't call her up and say nasty things.
Mrs. Roberts, you don't want to lose the baking competition now, do you?
Actually, no, I don't. That's
No,
one
she
thing I
doesn't.
See,
don't-
so
She's very proud of that title.
So should Sam stop by today for some nice treats for tomorrow's show? I think so.
Not today, because I'm a little busy. But
Wait, she's busy though.
Remember when she used to just like
Drop of a hat,
take care
she
of
would put
us?
that apron
I can't
on.
even believe you're delaying me with this phone call.
By the way,
Where
my
are you going
sister-
today?
My sister just texted me and saying she's trying to fill out her new passport application and was trying to call my mom to get some information.
She's leaving the country because of this show?
Unfortunately, my mother is too busy to help her because of this nonsense.
Just tell her to put black.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's okay. Right. I'll answer it for her.
Where's your sister going?
I don't know.
Where
people should have a passport, though.
For what?
To travel.
To flee. When you flee the country.
Why travel? Because then you'll realize there's better places to live.
Well, then maybe you'll live there.
I love just staying here and saying we're the greatest country on earth.
You know, man, greatest country in the world.
Ever been anywhere else? No, I just know. Hey, Sam's mom, what are you doing today that we're keeping you?
Yeah,
from?
what are your plans for the day, Miss Roberts?
I just have a lot of things I need to accomplish.
Like what? Give us a couple.
No, because tomorrow I'm going to be busy all day.
Oh, what are you doing
I'm going
tomorrow?
to go with Jess and her mom to do some wedding stuff.
Aww.
Is that okay with you guys? if she does that tomorrow.
Yeah, but she says she's doing something today, and
Well, she's got to clear her schedule of today's duties and tomorrow's duties because she'll be busy all day tomorrow at the wedding.
What kind of wedding stuff?
Did you say duties?
Duties.
Duties? DOODIES?
No,
I
there's a
think.
U and a T in there.
Duties.
What kind of wedding stuff do you have to do with Jess and her mom tomorrow?
Just talking to some florists, going to the bakery, checking out things, making sure, that's set up right. Just detail stuff.
That's terrible.
If you could do one thing today, what would it be?
Yeah.
Hang up.
Yeah. Did you hear the Adewale interview?
They can hang up the phone, but I thought, no, that'll be rude if I say that.
See, she's so nice.
Yeah, right. Your mom is
even
terrific.
through all this torture, she's still so nice. I love Sam's mom.
Thank you for that. I guess. I mean, I don't believe it, but
I'm not used to given such a bad time about stuff.
No, it's not a bad time. You know what it is? You got to look at it this way. We're inviting you into our little circle here, and you're like one of the guys now.
Right.
You're part of the. If we didn't talk to you like this, you should feel like pissed.
And I'm jealous because I haven't talked to my own mom in 2, 3, 4, probably 5 months.
Oh, okay.
See?
Not even a phone call.
You fit right in with us, and
So we get
we're comfortable with you.
Wow. Thank you.
See, it's a compliment when we say,
you feel that
queef?
You fill that motherly void.
This is what you would do with your mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Did you ever accidentally queef while you were playing Twister?
Either that or look at the
in the
wall she's staring
70s
at.
in Australia.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Someone's face is right there.
You got to flip the spinner the other way in Australia.
Sam's mom,
I hear.
what are you going to bake, and when is this baking going down? Just so we could count on something.
Don't even worry about it.
You're telling me you want a key lime pie?
Well, no, because I don't think you could beat Paul's mom at that. To be honest with you, so let's start.
That is such bullshit. I can't even.
She cursed.
Oh my gosh! I can't even believe that came out of your mouth.
But listen to me. Let's be fair. That key lime pie was amazing. So let's give her that victory. Paul's mom wins the key lime pie competition.
Paste in a store-bought shell.
So I think you should blow off that and just go with another type of baking.
He's just trying to get you to make a pie.
I don't even think for an instant that I don't know what you just thought you were doing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's just be honest. That key lime pie was terrific. And
What else do you want?
Why waste your time on that? Let's just admit that you lost the key lime pie competition. It's okay.
No, let's not.
See, that's fucking the competitive edge.
I know
she has it set.
She can't let it go.
Well, because he brought in paste in store-bought crust, called it a pie.
Where's Paul? Paul's mom won the key lime pie competition.
Yeah, by a landslide.
Paul's not even here. 3 weeks isn't here today.
I'm just trying to save you the heartache, Mrs. Roberts.
I know exactly what you're doing.
I'm just trying to save you the heartache. So let's go with peanut butter cookies. The peanut butter cookie competition is on.
What kind of cookies do you make?
I do. I do really good oatmeal raisin.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I do chocolate chip.
What's that?
Butter, if that's what you want.
I knew.
I do amazing cookies.
He's just waiting for
That's all he did.
He doesn't even care about the cookies.
He did. He just knew you had to say chocolate chip in there
What's
somewhere.
But of the two cookies, what are your two best cookies, you think?
The two best are probably oatmeal raisin and chocolate chip.
What's that?
Can't do that. See, when you say chip, then Chip says, "What's that?" And he was hoping you would say chocolate chip again, so that Chip could come and say, "What's that?"
And you certainly didn't disappoint, Mrs. Roberts.
Do you use dark, light, or that bitter chocolate?
For the chocolate chip?
What's that?
She did that one on purpose.
I know. She's got. It's that Roberts, kind of back and forth. Yeah, straight man comedy, that whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you lost the key lime pie competition, but you're definitely in on the peanut butter cookie competition, which is
No, I'm not
has started today.
admitting losing anything.
Oh, look at the time. Take it easy, Mrs. Roberts.
Yes.
It was
Have
wonderful
a good day.
talking to you.
Great
Thanks a lot.
to talk to you.
Sorry you lost the key lime pie competition, but you could get a victory with the peanut butter cookie competition.
Way to end it on a positive note.
Yeah. Here's your hat. What's
Oh
your
my,
mind?
are you kidding me?
What?
After she dragged you to 10 o'clock, this is the treatment.
Drag?
Yes.
Like carrying the wounded.
Yes, exactly.
She should feel privileged. We made it to 10:02.
Wait, why should she feel privileged?
Hit the song, E-Rock. We're out of here.